past. My life moves so fast. I'd never ask who was better.
All right. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? I feel all bittersweet. I'm excited to come here and talk about the episode, but it's the last freaking episode. Like, that's sad. I'm like, are you gonna call me like you said you was? Are you gonna talk to us again after this? Are you gonna roll up, for future lives? Happy Friday, people. Happy that you are here. Ashley, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to put this one to bed because of that finale. I'm ready to go on and put her to bed and then pray that next season we will get 10 1-hour episodes that uncover some stuff. But no, I am ready to talk about it with our crew who've been down since day one for all 10 episodes. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
they
Absolutely.
have. Ashley got hot fire. Let me bring Dom out. Let me bring Dom out. Dom, how are you feeling? And are you ready to talk about the testaments? Like, how you doing?
I'm apparently better than Ashley because I love this episode, and so this I'm ready. I'm ready to get into it.
You always are okay. you can always count on Dom to have some great great words of wisdom. Be on the op side. It's like I love this episode. That's a strong word. I can't in good faith come in that strong. But for the last time, you guys make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you share. Make sure that you come back and hype later. And be sure to send your thoughts in your super chat so we can get into it. This is the last conversation that we get to have all about the testaments. But starting where we always start, I'm gonna start with Dom because Dom said, "Excuse me, I love this episode." Down, Dom, what are your overall thoughts of this finale?
This was my favorite episode of the season by far. Yeah, not I can't think of an episode that really comes close this season. Maybe last episode because what was that the episode where when the dad died when Becca killed the dad, that was great. That was a good episode. This is by far my favorite episode. I had emotions in this episode. I was getting choked up. I had to suck up the real G tears. Um, we got Hannah reborn. The Hannah said, "Don't call it a comeback." I'm walking with my chin held high. We got Becca on not so happily ever after, but it's not the red center either. We got we didn't get answers to everything, but the conclusions we got, the conclusions to this chapter of the Testament, I was all here for.
Wow. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same. I had issues. I had issues. I felt like they kind of played in my face. I felt like when y'all were cute with those 30 minutes, we definitely needed the extra 20 because you came in here and you tried to microwave all the events. We need all the things to happen now, but it was a case of doing a whole lot for me, but also doing a whole lot of nothing. They did what unfortunately I didn't want them to do, and I think I said it either in the live or in my review. I don't want it to strictly be the Becca and Hannah show. I want it to be with everybody. You would never leave Shunammite over there. You would never leave Hulda over there. I needed inclusion. We did all of those little red herrings. Yeah, Commander Judd. Yeah, Commander Mackenzie. I needed some more with Paula. Yeah, well, whatever happened over there with Daisy. Okay, I needed more things. I will never say that this was a bad episode. It was far from that. But like my favorite of the season, no. I felt like, and I guess we'll get into like their arcs and everything, but it was just like, yeah, we need it all here. It's my money and I need it now. Like it was instantaneous. It was instant ramen. I said, hold on. That's not what y'all were giving even last episode. Especially when y'all played in my face. What pissed me off the most was Garth. I said, who this? Who is this? This is not the Garth that I've witnessed this entire show. Now we're in love. Now we're making sacrifices all about Agnes. Because if you said it, it's gold. Because I care about you, girl. When you started caring about people last episode, I must have missed that. I missed that bridge. We gonna save it, but it wasn't perfect, but not bad. Ashley?
So yeah, on the sweet pea meter or scale, I gave it a 4 out of 5 sweet peas. I did. Like, no episode has been terrible for me. I can't say that. This is going to boil down to me as like just preferences, personal preferences. For me, in a finale, I need a piece of closure. I need to know like 70 to 80% people's motivations. I want to know who these people are by the end of a season one in the finale. And, you know, that's all I ask. For me, there were so many roads less traveled by the end of this. Some of the characters in this finale, like you were mentioning about Garth, but Daisy as well, girl, who really? You've campaigned for 5 episodes to get out of Gilead. Now, all of a sudden, when danger's really imminent now, it's like, oh, okay, no, I want to stay. I think I think we needed narratively for me to be fully satisfied with this. I need things to make a little bit more sense. I feel like stuff was just thrown in there, some stuff for fan service. I really feel like they thought that certain things the people wanted to see that just honestly didn't click for me. In what world am I giving a lunatic hope that there's a future for me and you, baby? And she's medicated. Like, some things for me just didn't work, but I'm never going to call it bad. The writing was good. Narratively speaking, it was fine. It's just not what I personally want to see in a 10 episode season at the very end. I felt like, is this it? Like, we had to look at June again. Like, and then you ain't know where your child was. You ain't know where you sent Daisy on your wild mission. Like, there were just things, right? But again, it's just going to boil down to what I wanted to see as a viewer and not what the show is. The show was beautiful, start to finish. I can't take anything away from it in that respect, but it just wasn't, it just,
yeah,
I
you know,
wanted
this
more.
felt
I
like
wanted more.
this felt like the penultimate like episode, or the episode like before the finale. It felt like that a little bit. Y'all, if y'all go look on the other page, it's like we go look everywhere when we're scouring for photos of these people, because they don't give you nothing. They don't give you no access. It's barely anything online. So you go look at people's pages. I say, look at them in their little dresses, looking happy. I'm gonna put this on there. I think this was on Chase Infinity's page, or one of their pages, one of their personal Instagrams. But it's like, where y'all get that picture from? Oh man. But let's get over here. Before we jump into anything, I think this is what was kind of iffy to me the most. These overnight motivations and like earned arcs. Were they though? Were they? We spent quite a bit of time here for me, especially with Agnes and Becca being wrapped up in crushes. We were so obsessed all about it. Was how often did we have to hear about Garth? Oh my God, Garth. Is that Garth? Smoking on my X pack. Oh my God, it's Garth. I mean, let me take a hit of this cigarette. Oh my God, it's Garth. You can't marry Garth. I love Garth. Love of my life, Garth. Meet me behind the bushes, Garth. Garth. We didn't get enough of just Agnes for this complete 180 to feel earned here. And like I said, it could be, the batteries in my back now because I'm really waking up to what it is. You're going to try to do what with Becca? She's going to be where? We can't let that stand. But it was so quick. It was so quick. And I'm like, well, dang, now we're just done. And do I really know Agnes after this? Kind of. And I think it was when we got into the verbiage, especially Daisy, or a few of them were trying to use as far as how do we characterize Agnes? Like, oh my God, she's brave. She's charismatic. She's so funny. She's outgoing. Oh my gosh. I was like, all right, y'all putting 10 on 20, but okay. Okay. And then Daisy over here. Baby, you cannot give me, I'm going to say 85% of the show, Daisy just wanted to go home. From the time that we met whoever got hung up on that wall, she said, oh, this is what I signed up for. You never said that it would have to be this. I want to go home. It took a minute to gain trust for her to even just gain access to the group, even to Agnes, because Agnes was a bit guarded, and when she wasn't, we were competing for friendship, how this was making Becca feel, or a low-key girl, what you doing over there talking to Garth? I feel like you too close. It was a hint of that. It took a minute for us to get to, I think by the time we got to the crack pipe, she said, girl, is that a smoke and a pancake? Is that a crack pipe in your room that you're hiding in your keepsakes? You know what, honey poo, I'm not even gonna burst your dreams. You have that. And it was like, you know what, I kind of see you and I see you too. And that was still, more so a pretty like later in the game episode. And then we have Becca, like, damn, it was so bleak. It was so bleak. Once we got to guess we'll say the inner workings of Becca's life and that sacrifice that her mother was willing to make, I said, man, I wish we could have been over there. I wish we could have been over there with Becca, who wasn't just obsessed and, kind of gone off the deep end, not just about the circumstances, but about Agnes. It was just all so much of the other person or this other need that we didn't quite get all of the girls. I needed to be in that house with Becca. That's the house I wanted to go to. I said, oh, your mother rolling like this? You couldn't tell me in that episode before that mama was going to be feeling any kind of way because I am a woman of Gilead and you killed my husband. Don't bring her here. The way she embraced her, I said, we were in the wrong house this whole time. Especially with what y'all did with Lil Paula, we could have left that. I could have been in the house with Becca because I wanted to personally know her. Because this state that we're getting her in now, this is what it's going to be for quite some time. Because the episode is giving, how are you going to come back from this? This is torture. This isn't helping you. Were they earned? I mean, yeah, but not in the way that I wanted them to be. Ashley?
So yeah. And here's the thing. For me, again, I just the overnight shifts. And I mean, we saw like little breadcrumbs and little pieces of like awakening throughout, especially on the part of Agnes. We saw it here and there, but now some things are just so incongruent for me because out of one side of my mouth, I can tell this predator, Weston, listen, it happened to me, baby. I need your help. But when Daddy Mackenzie pops in, the one who saved your limbs, literally, I'm still lying to him. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, and at the end, she's the craft, right? She's the leader of the witches of the school, making her way downtown. And I really want to understand, I've been said it last week. I just want June to pop out. And she was the least like June in this episode. But I mean, it's fine. She feels guilty maybe about turning her best friend over to the people in her imminent unaliving. So I do what I got to do because this is down to the wire. So, I mean, I get that. But did I feel it? Not all the way. As far as Becca, I want to give a shout out to the actress who plays her. I think she did an amazing job. Did I believe she belonged in a padded cell? Absolutely. Did I believe Garth needed to lock them doors? Absolutely. I thought she did amazingly well at this, but I agree with you. And I watched your full review, Tyra. And I was like, well, that is very true. The dynamic between a mother and Gilead, right? Meaning I didn't birth this child, but I'm just her mom in this family.
Mm-hmm.
To see her willing to lay down her life for her child, like, I should have done X, Y, or Z. It left me with so many more questions. What was going on in that household? What was their dynamic? The only reference I think we had heard to Becca's mom before, I think, was at the preparation party where, she'll do anything because she's the low of the low. And then later, my mom, all she does is sit in her room and cry after the drunk night. But other than that, we didn't really understand that this was a real bond. This wasn't her fake mama. This wasn't Apollo. This was like a mother who's been down with you since day one. And if she had known, maybe she would have. I don't know. I really loved that we got a piece of that, but I would have loved to know more. As far as Daisy, and the people said that it's been this way the whole season. The scenes between her and June completely took me out of the pocket. The mouthful of mush, and they say it's because she has a Scottish accent, but her tongue and the way she was speaking was so off-putting for me throughout those scenes. Like, I was like, it completely took me out of it. Not only that, but the way you have the weight of the world on your back now. I'm an Avenger. I'm Captain Canada, and I'm coming in to save these girls, June. I don't give a damn. Since you lost her, the one you left, June, you don't know what I've done, Daisy. Well, I know I can do better. F Mayday, F you, and I'm going to do this. And I'm just like, Daisy, you were petrified, peeing on yourself before. I don't know how we get here. We get here, though. I'm excited to see what this army is going to look like. And, nothing more dangerous than some teenage girls. We're going to see it, Tyra. But there were just so many clunky things for me. But, I do. I think these actresses all acted down my only qualm was with Daisy's speech there. I don't know what happened, but
Let
that
me
was
take a drink. Downstairs, let me take a sip. Just know that we ain't even started getting into the episode yet. These are just opening thoughts. Dom, did they earn these arcs?
Yes, they earn these arcs. Let me tell you something. So let me start with Daisy and work my way up to big homie Hannah. Uh, Daisy, if we watch the show and remember, Daisy wanted to come to Gilead. Nobody wanted her to come. She wanted to come. She wanted to come because she wanted to make a difference. And her complaints, like, yeah, she was aghast and clutching her pearls at the reality of Gilead. All throughout the season, she was clutching her pearls, of course. But at the same time, she was frustrated with Mayday's lack of movement. She was, because Mayday's looking at the big picture and trying to make institutional change. So it's making Daisy be patient. They really ain't giving Daisy no orders. They gave Daisy one mission. They ain't told her to go get no information. Well, I guess she got the information. She can do everything on her own. The Japan thing, all the information she gave Mayday, she took the initiative and got, and Mayday just received. And all Mayday been telling her to do is sit still, be quiet, and be a Pearl girl. And Daisy's been frustrated because she's like, no, I want to do something. I'm here to do something, and y'all not doing nothing. Y'all letting all this stuff fly by. It's craziness around me. We need to do something. And so now when we get, the accent was a challenge for her, because this was, the June scene was a big monologue scene. So it was a lot for her to do. But to me, that scene with her and June was part of the reason this is my favorite episode. That interaction with June to me was like, yes, Daisy, and yes, June, this is how you pass the torch. This is how the next generation, because June in Handmaid's Tale fought Gilead by espionage, and June did it in a very specific way. Daisy's not going to do it that way, and June can't do it that way anymore. June's so famous now that she can't dress up as a Martha and just sneak around Gilead. Them days passed, because everybody knows June Osborne, she who shall not be named. But Daisy can do that now, so June got to pass the torch. And that interaction between them, I thought, was well written, well acted, and put a point on Daisy's arc that it's like, this is my time now, and I'm gonna do it my way. And when she said, I'm ready to die about this, I was here for it. I'm like, oh, she said, I'm ready to die about this. This is, because that's the arc of Daisy, because she always wanted to do something, but she was so scared of the death around her. But now she said, man, forget the death. I'm here to make change. Let's do it. So that, to me, that was Daisy's arc, and we got there, and it was great. What is this middle girl's name? Becca. Becca. It's just so many white ladies. Becca's, if we remember, if we go all the way back to episode 1, the way we get introduced to Becca is Agnes's best friend, and we ain't supposed to have best friends. Every aspect of Becca's life is outside of the norm of Gilead. She don't want to be a wife because she gay. She love Agnes, who don't want her. She's Agnes's best friend. She won't even war. She ain't really supposed to be best friends. So everything Becca do, every turn of her neck, she risking her life. And she's just fed up. She's been checked out since we met her. She's been checked out of this whole process since we met her. And the closer and closer we get to her being married or her to hit these milestones, she just get more and more disinterested in this whole project that we're doing. And so to me, Becca to me had the most consistent arc on the show. It made all the sense in the world of how we got here. And big homie Hannah. And I watched you guys' reviews. I watched both of them. And Ashley, you said something that made me clutch my pearls, because you said something. Ashley, she
clutching pearls.
I'm just saying, because you characterized Hannah as like a microwave. Her plot was like, it was like microwave, because it was like overnight that she's now this like cosmic avenger. And to me, I don't disagree that it's sudden. She makes a sudden change, but I like it in more to a pressure cooker. Because if we remember last episode when we were talking, Becca was having hyperventilation, and she was behind the bedpost, and I was saying that part of Becca's struggle is that she understands that this world that she's in is wrong. And she's starting to see that she doesn't fit in this world, but she doesn't have, because she grew up in Gilead, so she doesn't have a perception of what another option could be. So she's crumbling under the pressure of, I don't know what a version of me looks like that's not this, so I have to be this. And so that's why I was saying that, because I was saying last episode she was going to be slower to wake up, like fully wake up, because she doesn't have another option. She can't visualize another option. In this episode, not only do we see her reject and not just reject, but it being taken away from her, this life that she's been built up for gets taken away from her, but she now gets to see what her life is like without this. And so what we see in this episode is her coming to terms with, okay, this is the life I can lead.
A whole lot of word salad.
but we see the pressure get to a boiling point last episode, and now in this episode we see a release for that pressure. She has an outlet now. She has a version of her life that she can see that's not what old Dusty Paul had been telling her to do. And so Agnes to me was, well, I was proud every time Agnes when she walked out, when she walked out into the courtyard and she was talking smack. I was like, man, Agnes is here, and she pulling strings. She talking to the command. Agnes did more chess piece movement and got more emotion than anybody else in the show. She did more than Aunt Lydia. She did more than her daddy. She got stuff moved. She moved more dominoes than anybody else in the show, and that's Agnes. And what I think is, because we keep expecting June to come out, and I think
I've been left at this loop.
Well, yeah, but I think part of Agnes's arc, and this is me speculating, but I think part of what we're going to see with Agnes is a balance between nurture and nature. Like we see, and even Daisy says something to her this episode about the aspects of June. That's an element of nature, but she's not June because she grew up in Gilead. So to me, she's going to be more of a June mixed with Serena, in the sense of like she's going to navigate this in a way of a woman in Gilead. She's not going to navigate this like some outsider trying to change Gilead.
June, no, I don't want to see June. June is Daisy. Daisy is so June coded in a bunch of ways. It's not that. I never expected her to be June, even in the sense of her hyperventilating last episode. I think we were waiting for so long. We spent so many episodes just waiting. Like, why is it taking so long? I thought at this point we would, to the point, even after last episode, we were like, yeah, we're probably going to get that uprising type of energy or her becoming a little bit more aware in the next season, because it's just not here. When you ball it up and you make it so instant, something about it feels disingenuous. Everybody around her seemed to accommodate this new instant Agnes. It was like, oh, well, baby, I thought you breathed wrong. The aunt's gonna smack fire out of your life. Like that's what it was given. But here it's just
I would think that, and not to steal from another show, but the best show in the world, Game of Thrones. There's a scene with Littlefinger and Varys, and they talk about power. And the end of the conversation is that power resides where men think it is. And the thing is, the women in Gilead, certain women have a certain level of power, and June did this too when she was a handmaid. There's a certain level of influence and power that women have. You just have to understand where you can apply it and in what way you can apply it. And that's what Agnes was starting to figure out in this episode. She was like going and screaming and asking for you to save my friend Becca is not going to work, because I don't do what you say, because you're a woman. But if I come humbly and scared and ask you, plead with you, please save my friend, please, powerful man, save my friend, then all of a sudden stuff start moving. You know what I'm saying? Agnes is learning how to play the game, and that's why I say she to me is more like Serena, in the sense of like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to play the game in the way that benefits me. I'm not trying to burn, because Agnes ain't trying to burn the whole system down. She's just trying to save a friend. That's all Agnes trying to do. I'm just trying to save one person. And that's what we got. June was trying to fight a system, and that's what Daisy trying to, like you said, that's what Daisy doing. Daisy trying to fight a system. Agnes is like, I got one friend, and I need you to say
Ashley, please.
Because June wasn't by no damn system. June was trying to get her baby back. Like, it was everybody could go but her. And when I said I wanted a piece of June in Agnes Hannah, that was self-preservation, damn it. What I didn't want to see is what we've perceived and what we've heard from Agnes this whole time. Like, I've been afraid. I've been super fearful of ruining whatever this idea or this dream of life is. And now I'm gonna give everything to her. First, I get her saved, but then I'm gonna give her my man too. Like, I'm just gonna lay it all out for Becca, because this is her only hope in a future. When she's been so docile and so afraid to say anything, to move, we literally just saw her let Hulda sacrifice herself. She came in the final hour, but I just, for this full bold approach to come out the way that she did, I just, and like you said, it could be a pressure cooker and fine, but I'm just saying, I just, give me more than a 30-minute episode to bring her further to the point for me.
I can't with y'all. Y'all, my bad. I thought this was an icebreaker. Thank you so much for the super chat. She said, blessed be the fruit of today's live. Under his merciful eye, may thy comments overfloweth with super chats. Thank you. Absolutely. Say that again. Yeah, it's gonna be a long live, y'all. Hope y'all got some snacks.
I don't have
hope y'all you got no snacks. Hope y'all got some water. Just have some libations around. But leaving this and getting into the start of this episode, the start of the episode is crazy. We've shared so much. I love it though. Soak it up while you can, because it's the last episode. Now this here. We get into this coroner report. And it was like, oh yeah, we was stabbed. The way that vigorous report said that those stab wounds were from 1 to 4 inches from the chest, leading all down to the genital area. That was my focus. The spot of blood and everything, and us coming to the revelation, like, oh, my friend is really gone. This wasn't a nightmare. This really freaking happened. But I got my hands on that report, and this is what it said. And I was like, oh, that's where we're gonna leave it. We're not going to talk about it because, we found out later that they just kind of want to sweep it under the rug and focus on the bigger picture. Let's just not even rock the boat. But I was like, I really wanted confirmation on Becca's motivation. I guess we're going to have to lead with the last episode when it was like, okay, well, did something happen to you? Did he ever touch you? Did he ever hurt you? She said no. But I thought with so much, when she said it was some passion behind every single stab wounds, like the assailant was mad as hell, and it's like it was all just strictly Agnes. I don't know. I don't feel completely okay with that. Especially, you guys have been very vigorous about saying that it happened in the books. So I was like, are they trying to leave it kind of open ended, or are we just supposed to just think that this was all about Agnes and what you did to her and how you hurt the love of my life, in my mind at this point, my best friend, I need to do this for her. But for the way that it looks in the home, especially, y'all messed me up with the mom. I said mom says a whole lot. The mother and then the matriarch of the home says a whole lot about the structure. And it's giving that this is, and even how she reflected on, oh, go to my dad. He'll help you out. He'll wrap you up lickety split. They were good parents to her. Great parents. So it's just like you were that disillusioned and obsessed all about Agnes that you went in there and stabbed who was a good man Savannah to you as a father. Best father you ever had. One of the greatest fathers as far as we know, with his little musty gray suit. And Gilead, these parents loved me. They protected me. They never harmed me. But just off the base of just Agnes and what she mentioned you done to her, I got to stab you. I have to kill you right now. And we just have to find solace with that. I was like, well, I get it, but I just knew that we were going to discuss further. Well, actually, he did do X, Y, and Z, but we didn't. Actually, did you want to know more about the motivations? Did that coroner's report do anything for you?
I mean, yeah, it was wild because, we saw but apparently it was way more than what we saw, because 1 to 4 inch deep stab wounds all over his body and in the genitalia. We didn't see all that. We saw in the chest. We saw a couple more, and we walk out like the Omen or whatever. But now it did beg the question for me, and I think they were intentional into not really into leave that area kind of ambiguous for us, the audience. Because I think that's how she's perceived in Gilead. I think the impetus for Agnes Hannah going over to Garth was something Paula said. She's soiled anyway, right? If he was doing that to the other girls, what was he doing to her? I think in the conversation where we have the aunties come over and we're talking to Becca's mom said, I didn't, but I should have. It kind of makes you think, well, maybe there was something else to it that we don't know. I'm fine with the ambiguity of it because I still think at the end of the day, this was a break. This was a psychotic break for this girl. Like, I think, the one true love that I have in this world that I perceive to be all mine has now been touched by something else. This is divine justice. I'm the hand of the Lord. I'm his God's instrument, as they call it. I need to make this right. And I don't think it fully connected. Like I said, I felt like Becca was breaking from the moment Agnes told her that to the dinner to later on. I think this was just part of, the repression of it all. And we've seen it. We saw it with Commander Lawrence's wife. We've seen this in Gilead before, that like breaking of a mind. And I think this was just kind of the catalyst for that. So I'm not really bound on it. Y'all know I thought Becca was crazy anyway. So the fact that she would do this just off the strength of Agnes doesn't surprise me at all, because Agnes is mine. That's mine. Like, what was that little girl in Animaniacs? Mine. I want to love you and squeeze you and kiss you and hug you. And she's like squeezing the animal to death. That's how I view Becca. So yeah, no, that the motivation, I'm fine with it being ambiguous. Maybe they'll clear it up. I know the book clearly says that he did violate her as well, but they do seem like they've gone in a completely different direction with that.
Dom, were you okay with the ambiguity, or did you want a little bit more?
I didn't think it was ambiguous.
My bad.
Yeah, well, because to me, when Agnes asks Becca, did her father ever touch her? To me, there was no. Becca's response was so absolute to me, in the sense of like, no, of course not. Why would you say that? That's ridiculous. And there wasn't, like, to me, from a cinematic, a visual storytelling aspect, there wasn't any hint of like she's repressing something or she's ignoring something. I just didn't get any hint of that. And from the moment we met Becca, to me, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't think this was all about Agnes, but it was the match that led it. Because from the moment we met Becca, Becca is repressed, depressed. She's all depressed, and it gets to a point where the one thing she has is this dream, this fantasy of her and Agnes, and the realization of what her dad did to Agnes, I think, ripped it all away. I think it poked a hole in her little bubble that she had in the corner of her mind that kept her going, and she just snapped. And I think that's why they streamlined Becca's character from the books. I think Becca's character is in love with Agnes, and she has to hide that. She's gay. She has to hide that. And it's like she's so insulated and compressed that it just bubbled over and it exploded, and all the energy went to her dad, and then she just cracked. And that's why she was catatonic afterwards. She was just like, I can't. I think that's what it was.
I don't know. I'm gonna let them make it, because all of this is just off the backs of the crush and the love of my life. And like I said, this doesn't too far mirror what Agnes felt all about Garth and the obsession there. But we wouldn't go as far as to commit murder. Like, it's, I fine. Y'all want to keep it open. Close them doors. I need y'all to close them doors and give me some closure. Thank you so much for the super chat. If I was the mom, Becca would have been on the wall, and I would have been in my comfy house with both my burdens laid down, white wine overflowing. Oh my God.
But that's
all
why
your burdens laid down. My gosh.
But see, that right there is why I don't think everybody is like, oh, a mother's love. I was like, kind of. What was she gonna do? Because remember, he's not a commander, and so she's an Encano wife who is now a widow what was she gonna do? What was she? I mean, what was she gonna do?
Husband.
Another day, she could have been a Martha. She could have went to work as an auntie. She could have done any number of things.
I'm not saying her only option is death. I'm just saying that if a commander's wife did it, or if somebody, it was like, yeah, it was nice. Yes, it was selfless. Yes, it was emotional. This was a great mother moment. But she was out of options. She already was on. She was one rank above like a colony woman. Like she was already on the lowest caste anyway.
That's not the point, Dom. We gonna get to that fight. I'm not gonna play with y'all about that woman and her sacrifice for Becca.
I'm just saying.
No, it's like, well, you already had one foot in the grave anyway, just gone, literally and physically hanging up.
Beautiful. I thought it was so beautiful.
It was beautiful. Like I said, I got choked up when they was at the table, and she was like, "That's what should have happened." I ain't acting like I didn't have emotions. I'm just saying it was a lot of.
Are y'all arguing in this chat?
We are. I'm like, what is happening? Where's the moderators, Tyra?
Be kind, y'all. It is okay to be objective and share an opinion on a show. If you don't agree with it, you don't agree. But don't be getting spicy in the chat, y'all. Be cool, man. Be cool. It's the finale. Let's get over here because I'm about to get spicy. Becca is all girl interrupted. We're over here. We're catatonic. We're singing. We've seen this song and dance before. And just who we thought might rolled up. Aunt Lydia. Powerless, per usual. Yeah. Supporters, speak up. I can't hear you. Where's that power? When was this battle axe coming in here with power? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it off. I told y'all way before any power that Aunt Lydia ever had was tied to a higher ranking commander, and we had to beg, borrow, steal, be secretive, and I got some tea that could maybe help you later to even guarantee us this position in the first place. It's always been a bargain. It's never just been solely her coming in with the cavalry. Y'all act like if she told or anybody told Aunt Lydia what was going on, she was going to personally take down, collect bodies, put people on the wall. She had the power to come in here with a key and unlock it and just personally walk back out of here just based on the strength of her word. It was never going to be that. And I know that. That's why I expect strategy from her. Above all else, strategy, because I've been here before. I've seen it all. I've been a part of it all. I know what I need to do to maybe give her best shot. No, I'm in here begging and pleading with Commander Judd like he's going to listen to me. I said, girl, you get on my nerves. Oh, she get on my nerves. That's why you always want close. You always one step closer to them steps for me, Lydia. You could just go down and never get back up again. You shouldn't have got back up that first time after she politely mollywopped you, dog stumped you, and stabbed you, and skedaddled your ass down them steps. But you got up. By some miracle, you got up and you survived. But we get in here, and it's like, I don't know the dynamics of Gilead still. I still don't know where I am. I still don't know where I lack in power. And I still don't know that these commanders are trash. It's like, she said, hey, man, get her out of there. You get Rebecca out of there. When he said, she has to pay. From the moment that she decided to roll over there and do divine justice and take that death into her own hands, all of her options stopped there. She's going to the Red Center. So, you would send one of those good godly plums to the Red Center? She said, my pearls. How dare I just thought, you just thought what, Aunt Lydia? Like, this is your man's. Like, whose man's is this? This is your man? Like, who? We are still the same old Aunt Lydia. We're just softer in our nature because we realized some error in our ways. I'm never going to give her that damn extended olive branch just because, you know, that one time in band camp, she was nice to Janine. So, she remember that time? Yeah, that means nothing if we're here and we're still moving like the same old Aunt Lydia, just grateful for our position. I wasn't surprised by Commander Judd. Commander Judd, he said, man, you know what? Them some nice drapes. He sure was a nice dentist. This is so unfortunate that he has to go down for this. We know where his allegiance is. It doesn't matter the ranking and the fact that this is a commander and he was just some old gray rat suit wearing ass dentist. A man is going to stand with a man, and no matter the ranking here, these women are going to be oppressed. Girl, whose side are you on? This made me mad. Now, let me mention this lady up above because Marguerite. Miss Bythewood made an appearance in this episode. I did not notice it. I was like, who is this? I was like, I've never seen a woman this old in Gilead. It didn't register to me, who it may have been, because I don't think we made it poignant enough in the scene for her, the significance of her importance. But she was here and she made an appearance. I thought that was, of course, a nice touch. But Aunt Lydia, please don't piss me off, girl. It don't take much. Ashley, how did you feel about this?
Becca said 1, 2, 3. The devil's after me. 4, 5, 6. He's always counting 6, 7, 8, 9. This is every time. Hallelujah. 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 Amen. Listen, I was like, baby, go. I said, sit her down. Lydia said, give her some food. Take those off of her. Margaret Atwood said, sit down and shut up, Lydia. Don't touch her. Don't rile her up. Listen, we've already got her sedated. She's in a good state right now. We don't need any trouble. This was sad. I mean, y'all know I can't stand Becca, but this was sad to me. This was heartbreaking. Again, I'm not a woman without a heart of compassion, and I felt for her. She is in a broken state. She needs real help, and she's never going to get it anywhere in Gilead. This is honestly just prepping her for her final walk. To everything. Y'all know I love to be right. I love to be right, but I can take an L sometimes. I can admit it. I can come forth and say that all of my caping for Lydia was in vain because she was as useless as damn Garth was and Commander Mackenzie this season. I feel like we had all of this buildup and anticipation because of what she did at the end of Handmaid's Tale. And for her to come up here and be completely impotent, you were completely powerless, sister. And I just hate that. You are an elder hoe, okay? You know the game. You know Gilead. You know the moves to make to get the job done. Margaret Atwood says, sit your ass down here and don't say nothing to her. Don't get her riled up. And then she's even further sunned when we go in there and talk to Raggedy Commander Judd. Because he said, that was a man. We were going to salvage him. It doesn't matter. That was a man of Gilead. Somebody's got to pay. Her womb works. All right, let's send her on down there to be a handmaid. We'll wrap this thing up. But that's all I got for you, Lydia. Lydia said, but what about us? He said, there is no us. There is no us, Elder Ho. Go back to your seat. And don't say anything else to me. This was on your watch, not on my watch. I said, Lydia, you're powerless. You're useless. And all you've got are journals. Like, I really thought she had a master plan, y'all. And I hate taking an L. I hate being wrong. And I fear I was wrong about Lydia this whole time. I honestly said, pick out your black dress, Agnes. Girls. You might not even be able to witness it, but I thought it was going to be the end of Becca. I didn't think we'd be seeing Becca in a season 2. I thought her fate was sealed. I thought it was over for her, but I really maybe thought Red Center. I said, okay, she'll go over there. They'll keep her in a comatose state like they did other girl while she was pregnant. They'll insert her, they'll do all the stuff and she'll just be over there. But, things worked out the way that they did. But Lydia is my biggest disappointment this entire season. And I hate to take this L. I hate it.
That's what Frankly Mama said when Leon came to visit her in prison. She said, Franklin is my biggest disappointment. Thank you so much for the super chat. I need Lydia to have a master plan, not a journal. We all know what happens to those Gilead writings. Yeah, I'm going to write down my thoughts and all the misgivings happening over here, all the injustice, and get it to the right person, right before they burn it up and tell you it means absolutely nothing. Dom, how did you feel about taking this trip on down here to visit Becca, and what Aunt Lydia tried to do to help her?
Well, first, I did not know that was Margaret Atwood. I don't have her face memorized, but I thought that was going to be like some recurring, I thought it was going to be some new character that was going to rival Aunt Lydia because she was the only one in there that was in all black that didn't have a mask on. So I was like, oh yeah, she finna be like the anti-Lydia. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was finna be, I was like, oh. Then I looked at the episode, I was like, oh, it's just Margaret Atwood. Okay, cool. That was cool. Okay, yeah. All right, Stanley. But I'm gonna say this, Ashley, you were wrong, but I don't think it was your fault.
Hey, I'm like, well, damn, you gotta say it again, Dom? Like, and with that tone? Okay.
Yeah. No, but I don't think it was your fault. because I think that the way the Handmaid's Tale left Lydia and where Testament is picked up is two different Lydias. I mean, in the sense that the last time we saw Lydia, she was being hung, and she stopped being hung, and then the very next thing we see from her after not dying is her giving Janine over to the Canadians or the Americans or whatever. But she giving away Janine and the baby to freedom. The implication, like when the credits rolled at the end of Handmaid's Tale, to me, the implication was Lydia had a come to Jesus moment. She had awoken, and now she finna be the best double agent that the Americans have ever had. And so now that we get the Testaments, to me, the Testaments have not only retconned all of that, but also made Lydia, as I've known her through this entire two series, they've made Lydia's character more confusing and contradictory, in my opinion. They retroactively made her character in Handmaid's Tale a little worse because they gave us these flashbacks, and they gave us this flashback of Lydia, and then so they let us know that Lydia created this whole department. The ants was her entire thought baby. And so, because and let me tell you, this might be just me, but this whole time I thought that Lydia was a true believer. And she was like, oh, I'm the only true believer of the idea of Gilead. And everybody else is just using it as a means to gain power. But Lydia was like the true believer of all of this nonsense. But then when we get to the flashback, it's like, nah, you knew this was a survival tactic. Like, you knew that you were in a position where it was like, I'm pulling this out my butt because I'm trying not to die. And all of this, and I was like, she must have met, in my mind before this flashback, I'm like, she must have met commanders who were true believers. Like, she must have met people who she believed actually believed in God and all of this stuff that they spouting. And I'm like, I have yet to see. You telling me you and Judd started from the bottom in Gilead, and this was your ace boon coon. You can't tell why do you believe this stuff? Who was your test subject that made you think that any of this was gonna fly? This is all a shell game. This is all smoke and mirrors, and you were here for the smoke and the mirror. So now, to me, Lydia's actions, not just in this show, but in all of Handmaid's Tale, are now suspect to me because now she's just crazy. Now Lydia's just crazy and or stupid. Like, I have no expectations for her anymore, because if you get to a point where she cares about you personally, she might look out for you. But outside of that, Lydia go do some dumb stuff. And I don't have any faith in her no more. Because I don't, to me, her writing has been so inconsistent. I don't know what they finna do with her. So no, I didn't like this part because this to me made no sense to me.
Don't say now you just stupid. Thank you for the super chat. Oh shoot, RuPaul's Drag Race came on. I'll catch y'all on the rewatch. Love what you do. You know, I would probably leave for Mama Ru too. I love a good episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Thank you for the super chat, and hopefully you come back and enjoy the rest of the show. Yeah, I just don't be liking all the smoke being blown down my back. Give her a chance. Go on, honey. Take a chance. Give Lydia a chance. You can't keep making her atone for what she did. Like, she's changing. It's just wait. Watch how she pop out this season about the girls. Just watch. Oh, she's Mayday. She got something in them coat pockets. Where's that? Pull it out. Where's something to slip into one of them commanders' drinks? Where's this double agent energy? Because I'm seeing somebody who's content with their position and their job. Okay. Say it with your chest. Oh, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Nothing. Let's get over here. Because, okay. If Daisy's popped out one more time in this episode and said she's doing something. She's getting active. Everybody's doing something. I'm doing something too. I'm something. Daisy does something. When she rolled up on Garth, don't you have a gun? Don't you have power? Don't you have position? Get in there and do some. Go shoot. Like, my thing is, we are trying to really be set with, you know, this 7 nation army energy. I'm an army of 3. Okay, it's nothing that's gonna stop me. All of Daisy's plans are immature. We're irrational. It's not thought out. There's no plan. There's no strategy. She's just acting purely off of teenage angst and emotion. and I see some girls suffering, and if you're not going to do something, I'm going to be the change. I say, okay. Okay, fine. What sends me is we spent too much time, in my opinion. Maybe I misread it. I thought we were setting her up to go over there with Commander Judd. I thought before this episode came to an end, we were going to hit her with the harsh truths of what it looks like to be a chameleon in this space and what you're going to have to endure. You're not going to be a plum forever here with these girls. Eventually, you're going to have to become a part of the program. And what is it going to look like for her trying to maintain these beliefs? And I'm a strong Canadian woman when you're put in a position to do what wives are supposed to do. Nope. I said, well, yo, give me all that smoke with Commander Judd and Penny. Them both walking around looking extra careworn, extra Oliver Twist around the edges because we've lost a baby yet again. Yeah, Penny might not be worth the squeeze. She got to get out of here. I thought we was gonna go down to the fume and pour out a little liquor, all about Penny. And that look, I guess it was just for nothing when we met the girls and we were at the round table. And he said, "Hello, who are you? Hey, Daisy. Oh, you're from over there. You're from Canada. What made you want to come over here?" It looked like he hit the jackpot for a second. And I thought we were going to make our way around to that. No, Commander Judd is just doing Commander Judd things, showing his alliance with his fellow man and fellow commander alike. But Daisy is nowhere to be found. Her agenda in this episode is just to do something. But it's not so much about her. It is, but I just knew that we were setting her up to go over there with Commander Judd. But clearly, at least at this point, I was wrong. Dumb, were they setting this up to go over there with Commander Judd, or did I misread it?
No, I don't think you misread it. I think that the Testament and the Handmaid's Tale don't work on a chapter by chapter basis in the sense of like we're gonna start something in season 1 and it's going to be and all the stuff we introduce in episode 1 is going to be wrapped up in episode 10. That's not what Handmaid's Tale did. It's like, all right, we're gonna drop these hints right here. We're gonna have a main through line. And we're going to drop these Easter eggs or these breadcrumbs to pick up later down the road. And I think that's what that was. I think because the three of these ladies can't be plums forever. Everybody was Shunammite that got their period. We already made history with one plum coming back. And so we can't have another 10 episodes of everybody being plums. It would make sense. So I just think they drop in seeds to pick up next season. And I think Daisy does something, and that's just do something. but that to me, Daisy is representative of like young energy. It's like when you go to college. When you go to college and you meet people like especially freshmen in college, and they take their first philosophy class or they take their first African American history class, and they just get their first taste of like how terrible the world is, and they get this one moral in their head, and it's like I'm a warrior for this one thing, and nuance and subtlety I don't factor in yet. They just one train of thought ahead. That's what Daisy is. Daisy is like, this is bad, so we do something. That's all Daisy has. And I thought that this season or this finale, it was going to like blow up in her face, and she was going to be confronted with the fact that you need a little finesse. I was wrong. No finesse needed. But I still like Daisy. I just think that, and I said last episode, is she gonna have to find some finesse if they're gonna want to keep me believing that she's not dead. Like if she keep barely making it through the skin of her teeth, that's gonna get old now. Like right now, they do it one more time, it's gonna get old. But I like Daisy. I like Daisy looking at all of this because Daisy is normal, and that's the thing that I just feel like I got to keep impressing. Is like Daisy comes from a normal society, a free society, and she's looking at everything and like, this is wrong. We should do something. And I'm like, she's the normal person in this scenario. And ideally, Daisy is what everybody should be if you have morals. It's like, if I have morals and I think this is wrong, then I should be able to stand against that, even if it means my own personal harm, my own personal death. The wrong is wrong, right is right, and I should stand on that regardless of what happens to me. Ideally, that's what everybody should be like. And so Daisy is just a warrior right now. She's just hot blooded. She's a teenager. To me, this is what teenagers do. This is what teenagers do. Now, her getting away with it is some TV stuff, but this is what teenagers do.
Ashley, where were there red herrings? I put that picture up there because Daisy gets. I love how she always finds an isolated area. Like, come over here, let's talk. It's like nobody ever sees you power walking to go have a little powwow all about Garth. But when
They
he's
caught that
like,
man masturbating.
when she says like I quit, and he's like, oh, this heifer's going rogue. I just knew her saying that she lied about Dr. Grove was going to come back, because I knew he was nefarious too. I was like, oh, we're about to use that against her, girl. You're gonna get over there. It was like, yeah, none of that is happening, Tara. Shut up. Actually, did they set us up, or did we misread the situation?
We didn't misread anything. They did this mess on purpose. Like the fact that we are 10 episodes in and Garth could be a double agent. Garth could be the king of the eyes. He could be right under Weston over there. He could be the leader of Mayday. He could be June's bestie. We would have no idea. Garth, I still think, is a free agent out here doing whatever his ultimate purpose is. I was really hoping we would have had an alignment. And I see a ton of people comparing Garth to like a Nique, and I can't get behind that. Nique was sold out for one person in this world. He was going to ride or die all about June. Damn Gilead, damn Canada, damn anybody else, but about June, if she asks me, I'm going. Garth has no allegiance to anyone. There is no country for old men. For Garth, he ain't got an allegiance to his daddy. He ain't got an allegiance to Daisy. Y'all been shipping that. Oh, that he loves Agnes. Garth don't love nobody but himself, in my opinion. That still stands for me. Why he did what he does at the end had to benefit him in some way. You're not gonna make me believe that Agnes's crocodile tears made him do something, or that hug in the garden. Have some grace. Really, Garth? Like, really? But no, they led us down the primrose path with this. The whole you lied. You lie. Oh, God, I can't even look at you, Daisy. What are you doing? Or you can get out of here, Daisy. Or, you want my cigarette again, Agnes? Like, I don't believe you, Garth. My dad, he doesn't understand anything. What are you talking? Say whatever you want, but let's bring him out here so he can hear this whole conversation. I still don't trust Garth as far as I can throw him. But again, as far as his storyline, and I know they can't repeat Handmaid's Tale, right? Like it can't be this one person, this one girl that he's willing to risk it all. That would be too much mirroring the Handmaid's Tale. But I need something. I need something that makes you hold on. Is it your father? That's fine. Let's lean into that a little bit. But no, they let us down there. Like I said, the people shipping him and Daisy, the people shipping him and Agnes. I could tell you he ain't love no hoes. He doesn't, it doesn't give he's romantically invested in anybody. Now, as far as Daisy is concerned and Commander Judd, absolutely. Penny looking a mess. She looking ill. She looking like the sick and shut in when we see her. She got the cloak on. I'm like, why'd you leave the house, Penny? She's slowly dying. So what better way to get Daisy into the world but to put her with Commander Judd? Y'all aren't going to do this to us. Like Commander Judd was supposed to have one of these young tenderonis. That's what was supposed to happen based on what we've seen. Now, as far as Daisy, excluding the mouthful of mush this episode, she's been who she always is, which is reactionary. And I don't know. I wrestled with, but Becca's my friend and we need to save Becca. Becca almost yeeted you over the balcony last episode. Like, I get it. It's Gilead. It's the girls. We need to, she was so brave. And June, Becca did something that nobody else would ever do. And Huldah, she's as sweet as a dove. And Agnes, she's just like you, June. She's the best person I've ever met. Daisy, please. When June got on the Gilead Mayday radio and said, breaker 19, loose cannon, send her my way. I'm going to dispose of her. I was like, finally, there's voice of reason. Daisy, excluding any plot armor, should literally be dead. If not dead now, dead very early on into the next season. But I think she's got June plot armor. I fear Daisy's going to get a lot of people killed just like June does every single time because she's sloppy. And I get it because like Dom says, she is a teenager without training. She is not a super spy. And to have her over here like she's the teen Avenger and they're just going to do this by themselves is crazy as hell to me. It is. I'm so sorry.
That's what she said. International super spy. That's all I see. When we see Daisy, all I see is ba da 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 ba ba shoo da da da. Like where are you?
Hey, June didn't have no training either. June didn't have
Where,
no training
where
either.
are you? Ba da 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 da. Kicking down doors, superheroes. We're going on a trip, girl. If you don't, all right, okay, Daisy. I'm late, but I just wanted to add as awful as it sounds, the kindest thing they could have done is let Becca go on to the Lord. She doesn't want this.
She don't.
A case can be made about, showing mercy, but we'll get there. This is still Gilead being Gilead, and these aunts prioritizing what we're always going to prioritize the man in the marriage. They feel like that's just going to save and course correct something. If you can't see how mentally broken that she is, I don't know. We don't need to expect anything from anybody here, but it's like it's not even a case of where Agnes was just suppressing so much and internally I'm dying. Like, no, she is suffering on the outside. It's on her sleeve. Like there's no marriage or anything in the future that could just help her in the way that it needs to in Gilead. So it's like, what was this all for? This
I don't know why she couldn't have taken that little trip Daisy took. Like, get her to the border if that's what y'all want to do. But a life in Gilead, whether married to Garth, whether in an institution, wherever, is not going to give her anything that she needs. She is still a very broken girl. Very broken.
Awful. Okay. Now you had Ashley already speak on Garth. This made me so mad. Maybe y'all in the comments, Tyra, maybe you should go run it back. You missed it, Buki. There were moments. There were nuances. There were glances. There were come hithers. All about. Shut up. There was nothing. I didn't go back to every single episode, but I went. I think someone did like a little montage online because it was, like you said, moments of them shipping Daisy or shipping Agnes. So they'll have these little collective clips. I was like, y'all can edit something down to make it look like something that it wasn't, but we very much had our own plan and our own agenda. Garth didn't give a damn about none of these girls. None of them. Even last episode when they came and hemmed up Becca, it was like, man, that's too bad. Wish I could do more for you. Like, it wasn't giving that I'm gonna sacrifice. When we're in the assembly and it's like, I can't take this, I'm getting out of here, and we go run to Garth and he consoles her. You need to do something. You need to help her. And he's like, I just can't. And then later we get the narrative of just do it for me. Do it for me, Garth. Do it for me. Do it for Becca. She needs you. Like she's gonna be on the outskirts of Gilead, working in the fields or in the Red Center or somewhere locked up. She's gonna be hopeless. You have to help her. But it's like, what is that going to do, for my social capital in the middle of Gilead? Girl, I'm already low ranking. Girl, this is kind of encroaching on my plan. I had plans. Even when we had, I think Daisy mentioned, she was like, well, she loves you. She's in love with you. What are you going to do about that? Nothing. Well, you can't like follow through and, marry Becca. Like, why not? Of course I can. Like, that's a part of the stepping stones to get me to wherever I'm trying to be. If y'all didn't want to give away, who he was or his master plan or this agenda, fine. But you're never just going to convince me at this point. All of the like little cracks. I think it started the episode before where it was like, you know what? I really care about Agnes. Boy, let's just fight. Let's just fight because you don't. Even if it was like, oh, this is messed up. You will never convince me that he will forego his own plan. And just off the strength of Agnes coming to find you in the heat of the night, you have to save Becca. You have to step in. You have to marry her. Like, just because I'm asking you. Can you just do it? Fine. I'm gonna take that green mile. Please. Especially how you ended up locking them doors later for Agnes. There must be a grander plan that we don't know about, but y'all can stop with all this love. There was no love and willingness to do this much sacrifice about Agnes threaded throughout their little relationship in the show. Please. Ashley.
You ain't gonna make me believe he didn't call somebody on the back phone and be like, should I do this? It was just like, there's no girl. He don't give a damn about you, Agnes. Like, I don't think he wants to see her go the way of the dirt, but he don't give a damn. Like he said, I ain't never thought about loving nobody. I don't love none of you hoes. Like, what do you think this is, Daisy? And when you tell me that she loves me, what are you gonna do? I'm going to use it to my advantage in whatever way I can. You don't think he's going to call in a favor later or be like, I did this solid. This is about leverage, in my opinion. There has been no moment in this show where I have felt like Garth loves any of these girls. I'm so sorry. It never gave that. It never, I want to see Gilead burn. But for what, Garth? But it ain't about these girls. I promise you it's not. When Daisy said, well, how can I get out of here? I'm scared, Garth. He said, girl, you'll get out when we get out. Like when it's over, when the battle's finished. Like, what do you, I don't think so. This was all about him looking a certain way in front of whoever he needs to look a certain way in to advance whatever his secret super spy mission is. But definitely, he don't love these hoes. He does not. He is not thinking about a girl. Y'all can't make me believe it. He's not thinking about nothing. He ain't thinking about no girl. Not in Gilead.
Okay. Hold on, it's the piece
Maybe
of
his mama.
Dumb. Was there any love between Garth and Agnes? Did we miss it?
You know how sometimes, well, a lot of times, women will talk about men and be like, just because a woman was nice to you doesn't mean that anything romantic was involved. She was just being polite, but you just see politeness as a come on. This is what y'all doing with Garth. From the moment we started this series, the connection or the lust between Agnes and Garth has always been depicted as one way. Agnes pines over Garth. Garth doing his job. Garth clocking in. Garth doing overtime because he doing his job and he doing Mayday job. Garth ain't worried about the hoes. Garth trying to keep his neck. I ain't never. You see a presumably handsome man look your way and not scowl in disgust, and you think it's a love connection. No, that man just looking at that girl. He just looking at that girl, and he might be compassionate. He gave her the cigarette, but he didn't snitch on her. He might be compassionate. He not a monster. He supposedly is Mayday. I still don't believe that. But he supposedly got a heart. He supposedly don't want this system. He wants this system to crumble. But that man don't love that woman. And if you're trying to tell me that man love that woman, where? Show me where. This is a show where this show and these showrunners love to show, not tell. They love to have a quiet scene where everything is communicated between looks and actions. I ain't seen no actions. I ain't seen no looks. I saw a little mixed girl looking at this white boy, lusting, drooling out her mouth for this white boy. And he trying not to get cut. He like, you need to stop doing that because I'm gonna die from you doing that. That's all Garth been doing. It's like, you finna get me killed. They just cut somebody this man hand off at a public assembly. They had a school assembly.
But dumb. He checked on Esty all about it. He said, "Hold up, I need you to relax. She's experiencing something right now. Let me hug her. Shut up." I was like, what?
But I would say everything got its exception. Look, when the hoes fall on you,
don't please.
Because that's what it is in my comments. Like, did you see the way that he handled? Like, that was a risk that he took with checking out Esty.
Because he's not a monster. You telling me that if anybody else, I genuinely believe that if Daisy, if Shunammite, if anybody ran out of the schoolhouse into his arms and was inconsolable, he had to hold her up, and she was inconsolable, he would have said the same thing. He would be like, hey, chick, God, take a second, show some grace. You see, he hit her with a Bible verse. He was like, show some grace. He hit her with the religious hit, like, show some grace. Like, he would have did that regardless.
I was going to say, can I add something really quick? Because I see a comment and it's just burning me up on the inside. So I want to really quick address it. Michelle says, why would he still marry Becca, though? He didn't have to, nor did it serve him to. I want to posit this to you. Does it make more sense if Garth is truly an undercover secret agent super spy, undercover brother, to have a fully mentally coherent wife watching his every move at the house? Or would it make more sense to have a lunatic who's heavily sedated 90% of the time and locked up in the attic? For me, in my house, if I'm a super spy, I'm going to go with the lunatic. Because here's what happened. Agnes went over there late in the midnight hour, crying, bawling, and said, why don't you do it? Do it for me. You know how hard it is for me, Garth. And Garth said, yeah, I don't know about that. Next day, he's in his dress blacks, ready to get married. Why? Because
Somebody
he thought it over.
interfered.
He consulted him. Listen, he called somebody. Listen, and they said, actually, this is smart. I want us to think about the big picture. If he really is a secret super agent, double agent, super spy, Mayday operative, I would be with the lunatic that's on lithium or whatever they have. That's
The
what I would do.
lunatic on lithium. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, you're right. Because all that stuff Commander Lawrence was doing. I mean, his wife wanted him to do the right thing, but still, all the stuff Commander Lawrence was moving to and fro, and his wife was in her bedroom. She wasn't watching nothing, and that's what. And he wasn't even locking the door.
It felt like somebody said, "Well, actually, this is a chess move to get us somewhere grander. Just go ahead, go ahead and wipe her up. Don't worry about how it looks to others, because that's what he said. He didn't say, "Oh, you know how hard this is for me, Garth." It's like, I know, I feel it too. We have never got I feel it too, Agnes. I see you, Agnes. It's like, well, I can't. Do you know what this is gonna do? Like, I can't. What about what other people's gonna like? I can't. Don't worry about just Garth. Do this for me. It's like, you know what? Well, actually, somebody has said that I do need to make that move. Let me go and marry her up. I'm locking these damn doors, though.
I'm not waking up dead.
Lock them doors.
I'm locking them doors. Oh, weird. But I wanted to mention them, even though we didn't get a whole lot of nothing. For the time that we spent with Paula, I expected a grander payoff. I didn't expect her to be in this drunken low. We didn't get one slap out of Paula. I just knew we were gonna get a backhand from her. At least once. No. We have her she's just disheveled. I'm just drunk and I'm an alcoholic state because you didn't follow through. What did you do? You scared him off. I always knew that June Osborne was gonna peek through and you were gonna mess this up. You and your low rake and your station, so you just damaged goods. So it's just awful. I just hate it here. I gave you all the tricks of the trade. I gave you momentum. I gave you Commander Weston, and you ruined it. Grr. I was like, that's it. That's it. And I just wanted to put Commander McKenzie here because I told y'all he wasn't gonna do nothing. There's room, okay? There's room. I think it says a whole lot about their relationship or lack thereof that we're gonna get to, but we went to Commander Weston. At no point in time, maybe she's feeling like I came to you and you told me one thing about Becca and the eye or all the women dressed in black rolled up and carried her away. Maybe I can't trust you with things, to help her. You didn't help her then, but the 180 or the come out, the reach out, that fatherly bond that we thought was going to kick in, like, oh, he's gonna show up. And the most we got from him, he was kind of consumed with the same thing Paula was. So did Commander Weston, like, did you hear anything? So he really don't want to be with the kid? I mean, all right, cool. I'm not tripping. Like, anything else? It was like, I don't want to share that with you. I don't trust you with that information. I thought this was Super Dad. I thought he was, entangled over there in Japan over there with the folks, and he was going to come through with the cavalry on a bus and say, all the while, you thought I was this person, but I'm actually this person. It was like, no, I'm just complacent Commander McKenzie. I'm going along with the process of Gilead, and that's just who I am. And that's fine, but I wanted to let you people know in the back that this is not the man that y'all thought he was. Dom, I see your faces down there. Anything you want to share? Did you want more from Paula and Agnes? And did you expect anything from Commander McKenzie?
I love Paula. Let me tell you something. When we first met Paula and she ride on that horse, I was like, I love Paula. And Paula's one of these people. Paula's one of these people. I know before Gilead, you wasn't nothing. I was like, whatever Paula did before Gilead, she was bottom of the barrel. I just know she got her first little taste of power and status, and she just wants some more. She's just trying to live vicariously through. I think she tried to make the best of marrying McKenzie because this is McKenzie's second wife. And so that means Paula was on the verge of being a single woman or a widow or something. So she had to marry McKenzie. And I think she's trying to climb the social ladder through the matchmaking. And so that's why she was so distraught, because now she here with this spineless commander. Like, she's got a commander wife, but the worst one. But I love Paula because she's so one or the other. She either very poised, put together, or a disheveled mess, and it's always fun to watch. I didn't expect nothing from Commander McKenzie because why would I? The him going to Japan was a revelation to Canada. But from a Gilead perspective, I always assumed that he was just an errand boy. I didn't think he was making no moves. He was. I didn't think that the Japan thing was something that Gilead didn't know about. It was just something that Canada didn't know about. I'm like, go over there and take these meetings and do what I say. And you probably good at math. Like he might have been like a mathematician or an economy major or a business major before Gilead, and he just good with numbers. He good at keeping the books, and so that's why we made you a commander. There's nothing. He ain't got no spine. Now with this episode, I saw a little hint of something more than what we've been seeing because Paula just blamed Agnes. She was like, "What did you do? I did all of this for you. This is your fault." Commander McKenzie was like, "This is his fault. I don't like him. If I, you know, what I mean, he was talking stuff. He wasn't gonna do nothing, but all of his anger and angst was towards the other commander. He didn't really have no smoke for Agnes. He was just like, do you know why? But everything before that was like, he ain't, if I could, I would type stuff. He had smoke for the commander, not Agnes. So I think if he get pushed to an extreme, like if he see Agnes being beat in the street, he might do something. Like if it's an extreme situation, I think he might find a chest to poke out. But other than that, this man need to go punch some numbers. That's all he good for.
Beating the street is crazy. Actually, what did you expect? At least the most we did get out of Paul is she said, "Baby, when they wanted to serve you up on that platter, your father had the nerve to step in and protect you. But I always knew that you weren't worth the trouble." Type of energy. But as I'm speaking on Paula, as far as her reaction, this is warranted. I just expected more because we spent so much time between the two of them and their dynamic and her kind of getting her courage up to even poke her chest out with Paula because I'm, a wife soon to be. And I'm like, I just didn't feel like the payoff was there, but I expected this from Commander McKenzie. Ashley?
Paula said, "No more wire hangers."
Christina, bring me the axe, Christina.
Her scrubbing that floor like a meth addicted crackhead was everything that I needed. And I've had a couple days to now sit with the episode. And so I'm like kind of fully sitting there, right? Because it also gave a tinge of Sugar Avery. Every girl child need a daddy, every woman need a man. I needs me a man, Alfred. Because what did you do? It's always the woman's fault. It's never the man. A man like him isn't just going to walk away. But I think Paula is sitting in the reality of I'm childless and I'm getting older. And as far as what we know now, a lot of these elder commanders are getting the young plums that are coming right? So I think she's almost in a fearful state of where do I land now? The plan was as soon as I can get Agnes out of this house, I can bring a handmaid in, have a baby. Then I'll be responsible for raising that. I'll be valuable. And then I can stay in my position. But now you've ruined everything, ho. So let me throw this brush at you. But Paula, you got one more time to throw something. You got one more time to raise your hand. You got one more time to threaten me. You got one more time to throw something. I said, that would have hit Agnes. Like, what are you doing? And of course, I think we just needed that scene to get her to run off in her little Red Riding Hood cape to go over there and see Garth. But I mean, it was fine. The actress is competent. Like she does fine. I too thought it was gonna be like, let me shake you. She's been threatening physical harm.
Not even just so that, just that narrative of her as a therapist, or the fact that she's moving like, especially all the horse analogies, she's moving like a woman, like she's threatened, like I'm going to be put out to pasture if I don't, materialize something. McKenzie doesn't look like he gives a damn either way about what you're doing or what you're not. It doesn't make sense. I could understand if Commander McKenzie was giving the energy of the other commanders, like, yeah, maybe I need to opt for someone younger. Agnes is, leaving the home. Like he's just, he doesn't look like he cares otherwise.
But she knows he's malleable. Like he doesn't necessarily want any of this. It was like, yeah, but this is good for science. And because of all the inbreeding, this is just, but you are young, Agnes. But yeah, this is something we have to do. I think she knows he's easily swayed and will go with whatever the going thing is. Now, here's the question, because he did save her from being cut up limb from limb and being shipped off to June. So to me, that tells me, if I told you that about your father, that means that you can't trust him. We had so many missed opportunities throughout this whole season. Hey, is my baby happy? Agnes, is everything okay? Like, are you fine? Like, are you good, girl? Are you, and you feel free to open up to Commander Weston, but not your father who literally saved your limbs? Like, that's where I'm like, there's still some sort of disconnect that we didn't fully lean into in terms of the dynamic between the parents and these young girls in Gilead. It's the same with Becca and her mama. Like, what is this dynamic that you still feel, even though he's really laid back, it seems, at least in his relationship with you, that you feel like, I can't be blemished, I can't have a tarnish, I can't have anything, or in some way I'm of no value to my father anymore. I would love to explore that more, but yeah, this just got her over there to Garth's house. That's what that's
Yeah, I expected more from the parents, just to get her over there to Garth's house, just because we spent so much time. I don't know, it's starting to feel like a pacing issue, which I didn't think we would get here and get, because I enjoyed each episode immensely. But once we get to the end, I'm like, y'all was low key wasting time, and then y'all gave us some 30 minutes. Paula is interesting because if she was once a family and child therapist, she knows intimately how damaged this system is. I like Paula backstory. I mean,
good.
If
they would have gave us our episodes, we could have got a Paula backstory.
I thought we were just going to get more from her and tie in her disdain for Agnes, kind of who she was, even if they didn't want to physically show it, but just a tete-a-tete, a conversation. It was just like, no, we're about to scrub these floors. Because I'm upset that she ruined a good thing. But it's fine. Maybe next time. Now, this is the hallelujah moment. They say, oh, Agnes has pulled up. Agnes has arrived. So I'm gonna do something. I gotta get active all about Becca. So I need to talk. I said, girl, Vidala. Oh, people, you can go to Vidala. But apparently we needed to go to Vidala, because all it took was a pair of glasses being put on Vidal's face. Oh, I said, oh. Now we're back to what I thought about in the beginning, even though we set it up to be something different. Because I said, I think episode, when they did those 3 episode premieres, I was like, I don't think Vidala has the courage of her conviction. She doesn't like this. Like, I don't feel like she's fully committed to Gilead. Like, she's just going along and get along. But then we spend the rest of it with her doing everything but, and what at least care to have plot conveniences and have an air of mystery.
I think you muted yourself, love.
It's the AT&T internet.
Can you hear her, Dawn?
Oh,
okay. I can't hear you, boo.
Yeah, I thought it was just the AT&T internet. You gotta get off that. I just want somebody to voice over.
And Dilemma's Dom, Agnes stands up to Vidala. What'd you think of their singing? So she gets.
I know what happened.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, I'm back now. I literally did nothing. I touched nothing. No, I said with a lot of these characters, I felt like we wanted to create just an air of mystery and let that linger for longer than it needed to be necessary. Because now I feel like y'all kind of played it in our face, and we did all of these like plot convenience things to keep our characters kind of lying somewhere in the middle, which is cool. But I'm like, dang, the overnight like switch. It just seems like all we needed to do was hold a pair of glasses up in front of a dollar face. Like, you can't deny the truth. You can't deny what I'm in here telling you. You've been denying it comfortably this entire time, though. You've been complacent this entire time. But when it's Agnes and she's coming in here and she's being strong, standing in her word, really? You taught this divine justice. You said if we followed, that you would protect us. You said if we did this, with this eye for an eye type of energy, and the moment one of our good, plum girls who you vowed to protect goes out there and we enact it, then she's punished for it. And then she's discarded. There's no protection. You said that you would protect us. What are we doing now? She said, I'll pray about it. I'll lift her up in prayer. She said, blessings, thoughts, and prayers. She said, yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough. I need you to do something. And then Vidala instantly shuts down. it's like she has an instant like come to Jesus about what am I doing? And I can understand like it takes, for you to hear it out loud, but just what's that last episode? She was trying to get what's her name? Trying to get Daisy to change her mind. Are you sure that's what happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
She's been a professional gaslighter this entire season. I don't care what happened. I know what happened. I know what Gilead is doing to you, but I would prefer to ignore it. But when Agnes comes in here and says something, it's different. I'm fine with her being indifferent, but give me indifferent sporadically throughout the season. Don't be having her make this flip. It was like, well, you know what? I got to do something because it's in my face now. It's been in your face this entire time. I don't think that the lever should have just went completely down because Agnes said it. Like she's standing up. This was a bigger moment for Agnes and her walking into herself. But y'all played with Vidala just a little bit longer than I feel like y'all needed to. Ashley?
Yeah, this was all done for the sake of the plot, in my opinion. This was definitely to show, these girls are rising up. I think it mirrored the moment we get with Lydia as well when she's confronted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the truth of things by Daisy. So what are you going to do? Some mothers would do this. And so also we got this Vidala moment. And I think it's to see, the girls are rising up. The aunties aren't this, but this is not damn Vidala. Vidala is a demon. I don't care what y'all say. Vidala has no redeeming traits to me. In this moment, it was still just, she kind of did this in public, and we did say we're God's instruments, so we kind of have to stand by that. Let me go talk to Auntie Lydia. But then when we get over there, it's like, remember what you did to me, ho? I don't know why you think I hate you, but you do. I don't think this is over. It's up and it's stuck for life, in my opinion, with Vidala. She don't give a damn about these girls. It is about ranking. It's about safety. It's about her self-preservation fully for Vidala, in my opinion. And I also think she wants to get it back in blood from Lydia. I don't think that's over because they reached this uneasy peace to, lend support to Abeka. No. She got a small confrontation, a little mirroring, but I honestly think this was just to serve the plot. I don't believe this is who Vidala is. When her eyes tried to well up, I said, girl, you gonna cry? Oh, you don't cry. You're the bug zapper. You've been slapping hoes
a bug zapper.
Girls getting joy. What I tell you, girl, you get in there. No. But we needed to use her as a vehicle to reach the end of this season and what they wanted to accomplish in the writer's room. But no, I still got both my eyes on Vidala. I don't trust it.
If that's the case, I don't like it. I think that's so cheap. I think that's so cheap to do. There were other ways to get her there. Even if we wanted to have, they didn't even have to show us anything. She could have been going off and just going into like a secret room and having little tete-a-tetes with Commander Judd. We didn't even have to hear what they were saying. Just to know that, okay, we can see it. There is, that devious. This just felt like, her heart, and then her heart grew 3 sizes to. Shut up. All right, the Grinch. Okay, if you want me to believe that, cool, but don't be cheap about it. Write it better. Dom.
That's exactly what this was. This was a different show. I know it's a different show, but this is almost a different world than we were introduced to, in the sense that, and even in this show, like these are the same people that like punished a girl in a hate circle for cussing, and now all these girls back talking, and twice in this episode we got back talk with no repercussions. And I'm like, this ain't cattle prod on Lydia. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't cut a man hand off. Vidala, this was like y'all said, this was a vehicle for the plot, in the sense of the girls are going to be so revolutionary that their revolution is going to be hearts and minds. It's like the girls standing up is going to bring the humanity back out of these aunts. And if that's the theme of it, I'm okay. But it is happening too quick. Like Vidala is too cemented and too calcified of a character for you for this one Agnes confrontation to be a chink in the armor. I don't know if Vidala was a real person at one point in life 20 years ago, and you want to bring that out, that's something that I need to see over the course of an entire season. You can't show me the devil for 9 episodes and then be like, remember the devil was an angel in the last episode? You can't, that ain't, I'm not gonna rock with it. I like this scene for the Agnes arc, and that's the thing. It's like, what's good for Agnes doesn't make sense for Vidala. And so now, and then like maybe if it was a different aunt, like if she was talking to Aunt Esty, maybe, because Aunt Esty is a true believer. So hitting Aunt Esty with some Bible verses to as your argument would have made sense, because Aunt Esty is a true believer. Vidala was just on her knees looking down the barrel of a gun, and she's trying not to get back there. That's Vidala's motivation. Like, Vidal trying not to be at the 50-yard line catching a 9mm. That's all Vidal trying to do. And so I don't believe she believed one Bible verse that y'all recited. And so this scene just was like, I don't believe it. But it's fine.
Why y'all leave my girls on the ground like that? Why y'all leave my faves on the ground like that? I say, oh, y'all thought we only cared about Agnes and Becca and them? No. Girl, who that in the back? What my girls that in the back? What? Now I know y'all, because I led with that doing my review. I was like, why isn't Hilda standing in the number? Why isn't she a part of the army? It was more so just in a literal sense, because we didn't hear from her at all in this episode, at all. It was still whimsy, still childlike, since even with everything that she'd been through, things that she had experienced and witnessed. Once she has that breakdown with Agnes, all about Dr. Grove. And I thought once we, ended the assembly and the girls went into the bathroom, that we were really going to talk and break things down. And we were going to have Hulda maybe contemplate not just what Becca did and sacrifice, and, he can't harm anybody else, but damn, Agnes, you took me in there. And it happened to you too. Like, why, some a little, I don't want, conflict, but yeah, that's not cool. Like, I wanted that talk. I wanted some strategy or planning. Like, what does Hilda look like in the dynamic if she's going to just be the one to go off and now be green and be married? Is she just going to be that complacent, I'm just, in this air, this bubble, this whimsy wife? Or is she with us? Does she know what's really going on here? Because as quickly as we broke her down and everything that she thought about Gilead and how she internalized it all, it's my fault. I tempted him. We just.
Oof, boy, AT&T internet is trash.
Oh, there she goes. I think I heard her come back. There she goes.
I'm back. Yeah, once we shut it down, and it's like there's still room for you at the cross type of energy, and you two can still be a really good, valuable wife holder. And it's like, really? So you mean to tell me that just from that mere conversation or that reassurance from, like, in Agnes, I'm good, I'm okay to forge ahead? Like, is she with you? I just needed something from Hulda other than, I think when she said, yeah, Becca, she did X, Y, and Z. And she said, oh my God, why would she do that? Like, I was like, are you with us, Hulda? Like, are you listening? It was like we kind of dumbed her down again when I thought she like really self-actualized and really met what Gilead was. I thought we broke something. It doesn't mean that she can't still go on and be green and get married, but I wanted to know where she stood in the whole as a group with the girls. And then we get Shunammite. If we didn't want to confirm, which is fine, whether or not she was going to be fruitful this season, that's cool. Like, I don't think any of us are expecting her to. But that same conversation that we had on the steps with kind of Mayday and your Hannah, and let me get the truth out there, I wanted to know how Shunammite was going to move and feel more than anybody. I really wanted to know, because it's all good and dandy, but she's the most, rational one. She's the one that's most, studied. And I know all things Gilead. Even when we were in the bathroom and the girls were still in the era of, well, maybe they're going to show Becca mercy. She said, don't show mercy. What are you talking about? This isn't that place. Like, I wanted to know how she felt about, oh, you're this person. Oh, you're part of Mayday. Oh, you're actually Hannah. Oh, you have this connection to this criminal, to this vigilante, to June. What does that mean, when we just get, the pinky square, and that's just walking down the hallway, and I'm building this army? do the girls know everything? Do they know where you stand, who you are, what organization you're a part of? I'm going to assume if you're saying that she's in the army, like, why wouldn't you have us talk to them? More than anything, if we didn't want to give a whole like spread, Shunammite, I'm X, Y, and Z, I just wanted Shunammite to have a conversation with herself. What are my options if I don't become fruitful? If I'm just a plum, I can either be this or be that. Where I'm at and the type of energy that I'm having for my friends, because she was going to hell all about Shunammite talking to June. And Shunammite, that girl, she's the strongest. She'll do anything. Yeah, I would rather be over there standing in the number than be a Martha or an aunt. I know my place. We didn't get none of that. It was just nothing. It was nothing. We couldn't get a scene with him. I didn't like that. Ashley?
So, I mean, this was another one of my issues with the finale. I'm like, you just let them go completely. Like, we didn't get a wedding. We didn't get one wedding all season, and that's what we've been prepping and planning for the entire time. Y'all know Hulda is my girl and a bag of pearls, but I just wanted to go back in my mind's eye, because I remember earlier we talked about the name meanings and who they were in the Bible. Now, while Hulda was a prophetess in the Old Testament, in the Bible, her name literally means weasel or mole. So, like, it's really got me like, okay, this is what it's going to be. She's going to be the faithful to Gilead, I'm sure, and definitely going to be kind of one of the barriers that they're going to have to overcome in the second season, which may explain why she's not in our teenage girl army at the end, walking down the hallway like the Craft. So I'm pretty much set in my mind about where she's going, which I hate because I love Hulda down bad. I thought she was all the sweetness and all the joy and all the innocence there in Gilead. As far as Shunammite, I didn't really expect them to go deeper with her. We pretty much know who Shunammite is. As far as all of the characters, I want to say I feel like I probably know Shuna the best. Like, this hard exterior, seemingly like I stand for Gilead, but really I ride for my girls. Like, kind of like F Gilead, I'm a ride about these ones. And she's probably like MVP of the season for me in terms of Shunammite. I think seeing her with the other girls locking fingers as they move into this new era was enough for me. But I did want to see the other side. I really felt like we had built to like what these plums were turning into and that they were going to be married. It would have been nice to at least see one wedding, in my opinion.
I don't know. I needed some time with Shunammite. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. It's dumb.
Well, we did get a wedding. And I thought,
Lord, that don't count.
Yeah, but see that. Well, and that's my point, because I think that's why, and I know I'm higher on this episode than you guys are, and that's fine. I'll be lone and right, but that's why I like that so much, though, because it's almost like an inverted or like a perverse Bridgerton, in the sense of like all season we've been like, the girls are ripening into they're plums and they're ripening into greens and we'll get married and it's this social affair, and like the Gilead sells it as this really nice high society thing, and this is the thing that these girls have been working toward, anticipating, dreading in some cases. And the one wedding we got is like the worst version, like the absolute antithesis of everything that it was promised to be. Is not glamorous. Is not a celebratory affair. Is really trial by fire. Is really the scene of the wedding being juxtaposed with the death scene, and you couldn't tell which one is which. It's like we did it in the same room almost. It was very deliberate, and I to me I loved it because it took care of it, subverted my expectations. So I appreciate that. Hulda go be a snitch. Like Hulda, like when Hulda had the breakdown and she was talking to Agnes, and we talked about at the end, is that the way Agnes tried to console her was reinforcing Gilead mindset. It's like she was giving Bible verses, she was giving perseverance from a Gilead perspective. Like Hulda is Gilead. Hulda is Gilead, and we don't need her over here with us. She ain't the one. Yeah, Harriet Tubman can't take everybody. She just can't. And so I'm fine. But I would have liked to see what happened to her, like just to see her, like, hey, where you at? Well, I didn't need to see her in the hallway, but like, what?
Well, no, what I thought it was going to be was, oh, you guys lied to me about Dr. Grove. Can I really try? I thought it was going to be some beef with Agnes because you took me in there and you gaslight me and got me to kind of do your dirty work for you when you were, a victim this entire time. You didn't trust me, to share that experience with me as your friend. Like, you didn't support me. You let me out there on that limb by myself. Like, and then I thought it was going to be like, oh, okay, let me go and put my green dress on because I understand what this is. We already know that she's going to be on the other side in opposition to everything that they're trying to do, but at least send us on the journey. Which she was just absent. I said, okay, fine.
Yeah, we didn't have enough screen time. Hulu said we just couldn't be over an hour, so we had to cut that out. Shunammite, man, outside of Agnes, sorry, not Agnes, outside of Daisy, Shunammite is my girl. But I agree with y'all in the sense of like seeing her wrestle with and then come to terms with her barrenness would have been interesting. It's just the fact that we had to gloss over it, like, oh, she's just okay with everything she wanted being up in smoke. We just not gonna deal with it was kind of weird. And I'm curious. Like, I have not read either book. But I'm curious, what happened? Did something change as far as Gilead procedure? Because wives can be barren. Like, when did we make this switch where wives got to be fruitful? Because, like, Serena, up until she got pregnant, was thought to be barren. Like, all the wives were thought to be barren. That's why we got handmaids. It's because most of the women can't have kids. And so it's like, that's what the handmaids are for. So the idea that you can't really be a high, or is it just that commanders' wives got to be fruitful? But like, I don't. When do we make that decision? To me, that was a change that I didn't think that we talked about. Because this whole thing about now you're agreeing because you got your period, it's like it's a whole bunch of wives. I don't think Paul ain't had no kids. Paul ain't had one kid. But
I think she's the old guard. And I think we do have to take into consideration that the revolt and uprising, the war that started was from the handmaids. So I think they're kind of limited. Like, we heard whisperings, like, I can get you one. And it was like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that. Let me just get this new crop of young girls. But if I'm a young girl and I'm barren, what purpose do I serve other than being an auntie, a Martha, whatever, because if a commander can get a fertile woman, a fertile young girl, as they're doing now. Why?
More valuable.
Yeah. But I ain't read the book yet either. I'm going to read it now that we finished the season, though.
I might audible it.
Back to Lydia, hoe ass pissing me off. She got my nerves. She get on my nerves. I'm just coming to the conclusion. I'm just never gonna like her. I don't have nothing for her. I tried. I was still trying to go on in the episode. When now that Vidala has that battery in her back, we go to confront Aunt Lydia, and it becomes less about what we need to do for Becca and more about she said, "Well, come on in here. I'm sure you want to gloat." Commander Judd said, "There's no us, so it must be a we. It must be you two. You're trying to take my position, huh? Yeah, this is what you wanted all along." She's, what the hell are you talking about? I came in here all about Becca. We have things, greater at stake here than you, bird, you pigeon. She gets on my nerves. Like, it's like, oh, like she's like, let's just call it a thing of things. She's like, Olivia, you never liked me. Like, not before the whole, the revolt, you never liked me before the stadium. Why? Things just always seem to come so. I say, oh, girl,
there wasn't no real reason.
This is not high school. You're still unpopular. You're still baby in the corner. You're still the girl who didn't get axed out. You're still mad because that principal didn't want to rub your back that night, Lydia. Can we please not? We're still over there. We're still over there with everything going on. You still found time to prioritize your station and your job. She was over the way she was sitting there looking out of that window like it was rain coming down. She's like, oh, I just guess this is it. I'm really about to be put out to pasture this time. It wasn't who's going to be here for those girls. I'm really not going to be able to help them now. Well, what does my life look like if I'm not old Aunt Lydia in this doo-doo brown ass attire? what am I gonna do? Girl, she just makes me so mad. She makes me so mad. And it's just like, okay, I see the grander picture now. Oh, we do, need to get it all in gear, all about Becca. And then, Daisy says what she says. But the fact that you could even find space to linger there. She said, baby, I don't even know. And we can get into, Vidala's agenda or whatever. But at this moment, this isn't even about what you did to me in the stadium. Let's focus on Becca. Nobody's coming in here to try to take your job, fool. Like, and even if she was, that's what you're still concerned about. Where is this evolved Aunt Lydia? I just get real smoky because the way y'all tried to gaslight somebody all about Aunt Lydia from episode 1, it's never that. It's never been that. We only care about that funky job. Like, please, Ashley.
Okay, so now y'all ain't not gonna keep rubbing it in. Now I said what I said, and I said I was wrong this season.
This is not directly towards you.
This was Lydia. Like I'm saying, if y'all watch the end of Handmaid's Tale, this is not the Lydia that we're meeting over here. It's just not her. So based on my foreknowledge, like Dom said, I was wrong, damn it, but I shouldn't have been, because this is not the Lydia that we knew from before. I'm just gonna say it right here. As long as this grudge, it's never going to end. Vidala wants it back in blood no matter what she says. And we all know that at some point now in season 3, 4, or 5, Auntie Lydia has got to go by the way of the earth, Tyra. She's got to be taken out at some point.
Can or she do something on the way there?
Complete. Listen, maybe she'll come to herself. Everybody in the comments, they're saying she's strategic. She's strategic. Y'all gonna have to prove it to me now.
She got something in her pocket.
I refuse to cape any further for Auntie Lydia. She let me down this season, and I know nothing Jon Snow. At this point, as far as Auntie Lydia, I know nothing except she's on the chopping block. When Vidala gets in with Commander Judd, he'll probably schedule a meeting early next season. Hey, Vidala, need to talk to you, girl. It's a changing of the guard. You're up next. I think that's what's going to happen, and we'll slowly see Lydia fade out. Don't get me wrong. I do think they are building up. They wanted us to be disappointed in her, so maybe she can come through with flying colors at some point. But as of right now, she's just an utter disappointment to me.
I just want them to give Lydia that Django experience. What do you say? They're going to take you out back. They're going to put you to work. Then they're going to take you out back, hit you in the head with a hammer. Like, just take her out back and hit her in the head with a hammer. Dumb.
And I was with you, Ashley. In the beginning of the season, I was like, especially when we saw the notebook, I was like, Lydia, something's coming. But once we got that flashback and everything around that, it's like, nah, she just trying to not die. And I don't know what evidence y'all be having for this strategic Lydia argument y'all having. I don't know what strategy she has ever employed.
She's Mayday, because she's Mayday, Dom.
No, she's Mayday, yeah, she in trouble. Mayday, please help her. Like, no, Lydia has always thrown stuff up against the wall, and sometimes stuff stick. And it's usually the third thing she tries. She has to get dismissed and disrespected 3 times, and then Deus Ex Machina comes out, and Janine is saved. Like, that's what happens, and that's what Lydia does. Like, Lydia went all the way to Josephine's or Jezebel's. She went all the way to Jezebel's to see Janine, and Janine told her, "Get back from me, Satan," and she couldn't do nothing. And she didn't save Janine. Like, when Jezebel's got raided, like that wasn't Lydia that saved Janine. It was the monster that saved Janine. And then it was June that saved Janine after that. All Janine did was get her across the border. So I'm like, Lydia don't be doing nothing. Like 1 out of 5 things be working with Lydia. I just don't see the strategic in her head. And Vidala, I don't know about Vidala because I don't know nothing about Vidala. Like, I still think she kind of respect or like Lydia. I don't know because I don't know. Everything is a guess because I don't know. And Vidala is so inconsistent. Like, you should hate Lydia, but like, are you telling me that you understand? Because Gilead make y'all do crazy things, so you don't really blame her for pulling the trigger on you because you understand the context. I don't know because we ain't dug into that. So I'm just guessing that you are in the same boat. I don't know. Vidala put these Harry Potter glasses on and clench her jaw and get this like she ate 3 Sour Patch Kids, and she get that look on her face, and then but now Agnes talk to her, you want me to think she's human. I don't know. It's inconsistent. Everything that's not Agnes and Daisy to me is inconsistent.
I mean, we may leave some bounds this episode, Dom. She said, will you help her? What if it's about your future wife? What if it's about me, Commander Weston? Are you going to help me? I don't have nothing to say about Commander Weston. I just wanted to put him here because a lot of people really thought that, I don't know, y'all thought Commander Weston was a good man. Y'all thought that he was a good guy. Age dynamics and Gilead rhetoric be damned. He's just a good man, and he has Agnes' best interests at heart. So a lot of people that I saw, they were shocked, like, oh, he doesn't want to go through with the nuptial. The most shocking thing that happened to me with Commander Weston was he followed through with helping Becca and getting her home just, for that little, period of time or whatever. I didn't think that he would go that far. But some people thought that Commander Weston was, one of the good ones. And this song and dance that he was doing over here, all about, it's about us and our future and my wife and your thoughts are mine. And I want you to be happy. I want you to enjoy this experience. So it was like when he didn't want to follow through with the nuptials, hell no. This is a Decepticon. He was going along to get along up until he married her, and we were going to show those true colors. That's all that this was to me. He said, "Oh, you're mouthy. Oh, you telling state secrets? You feel comfortable enough to come here to me and tell me that you were hurt?" And look, she just says he hurt. What if he hurt me? He said, "Oh, you're soiled. You've been had. You're not the grand prize. You're not what I thought I was getting." Especially when he said, "Does your parents know? Did they know and not tell me? Because then that's a whole nother a bag of bones." They didn't know. So this is just between us. All right, cool. I'll do you a solid. I'll help Becca when I can because I always want to maintain a certain image. But as far as us, do I want to marry you? Hell no. I need somebody who's all of that. I don't know how you guys get that, especially when we had Paula. What's the use or the fun in breaking a horse that's already docile? Like he had an agenda and a plan for her. This is, a lucky shot that we helped Becca, but this was not a good man. Ashley?
Yeah, and we praise God. We praise God he put her aside. We praise God. I was like, what are y'all talking about? And y'all, I think you guys misinterpreted me when I said, because we did get a picture of Weston, who for all intents and purposes is a monster in and of himself, not just because he's a part of Gilead, but also because he's from the Slapaho tribe, which we saw in his dossier that Daisy was going through when she was being inducted into the Secret Service. And so we knew that already. I think the big thing was, wow, he's this arch nemesis, this villain here, and he is actually the only man in Gilead who's taken action to do anything to be of service to any of these girls, no matter how big or small. Getting Becca, those couple days at home was, substantial. And when I said a win is a win, y'all were like, who wins? Who's winning? Agnes is, by not being beat every day of her life, and God knows what else he had in store for her. I think both things can be true. I think he can be a monster who did a good deed. And I also think that him putting her away, absolutely because she was defiled and soiled and he wanted something pristine. He also wanted something that wasn't going to talk and run her mouth. Mm-hmm. And you prove to me right now that you might tell somebody when after I've committed all these atrocities to you. But a win is a win. She won't have this to deal with, and she lives hopefully in peace to fight another day. I'd rather see her as an auntie than married to this lunatic. But yeah, it was interesting to see that he was the only man in Gilead who actually took some action. I agree with Tyra. That was the surprise. Not that he's a monster. We've seen his file. I wondered how we were going to get out of it. I didn't expect it to go this way.
Dumb?
No, you expected it to go this way because big homie Agnes did her big one and got her girl out. But no, this man needs Shunammite. This man needs somebody who got a mouth but is gonna still play her role. He was disappointing to me only in the sense of like I thought he was gonna be like the dude from The Good Wife from the last season of The Handmaid's Tale, where it was like
oh God, horrifying.
Yeah, well he made Serena. He lulled Serena in Like, yeah, I'm a good man. I'm a care about your ideas. You can read around me, and then the last minute he turned to a Tyler Perry husband. Like that's what I was expecting this dude to be, but like times 10, obviously. Um, the better looking the white man, the harder the slap is what I've come to understand. But but this was a thing where it's like it's never bad to have somebody feel indebted to you. It's never bad to have something over somebody, and I feel like the fact that he did her this favor is gonna come into play next season. I feel like with the next time he gonna need because now he know Agnes talk too much. She gonna speak her mind when she feels something's wrong. So now when I tell you to shut up, I'm gonna have something to shut you up. Like I feel like he gonna come back around Agnes. He gonna come back around Agnes, and we ain't seen the last time. And Agnes ain't seen the last time. I feel like Agnes gonna be real horrified the next time we meet. But it was great. But Agnes she saved the day on this one, so I ain't mad at it.
She did. This was a proud moment. I said, "Oh, girl, you taking leaps and bounds for mankind in this episode, ain't you? We coming through." Thank you so much for the super chat. Anyone else think Becca's mom knew Grove strange? Daisy said nobody got cycles in Canada. What are they feeding the Gilead girls that the most of them get one? Ashley?
Yeah, so we find out, well, they talk about it, they allude to it, and in Handmaid's Tale, they talk about it as well. They have clean air, they have clean water, like it's just different. That's why Gilead was in such a high ranking position in the world. And you remember in Handmaid's Tale when all of the delegates from all around the world came to Gilead, it was because they were the only people who were giving birth to babies during that season. And it's supposed to be because of their infrastructure, because of the food, because of the water, because of all of that. They've kind of created a clean, green society that, aids in fertility. And Becca's mom, I'm calling her mom because you said mom, girl. To me, there was a knowing when the aunties meet with her when she said, I should have done it. I think she knew that Dr. Grove was up to mischief. I just don't think she fully knew what mischief it was. Because to make that sacrifice, it's got to be, I feel like there had to be some sort of guilt inside of mom for that. But,
I don't know. I hate when we have to write the story. I don't work here. I don't want to write your story. Make those end meets for me. Thank you for the super chat. In the end of HMT, I don't know how Lydia survived after calling out the commanders, then returning Janine to June. More I don't look at here. Oh, I don't know. Anybody want to share something on Lydia?
Oh, that made sense to me. Well, I don't think they know what happened to Janine, like Gilead proper. I think she did that under the cover of darkness. I don't think nobody know about that. And then all the commanders she called out died. Like they all gone.
On the smithereens.
Yeah, we started from scratch. They all gone. So it's like Lydia, and then you think about it. In Gilead, it ain't no TV. You ain't seen nobody watching TV. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The only broadcast is stuff that they shoot out to other countries. And so everything is passed by word of mouth and like special reports in the eyes and stuff like that. So it's like once all the commanders died, we can tell whatever story she want to tell. Yeah, her version of the truth is what happened. So it's like I'm back on top.
Show it can't be too much of nothing. The way they act, like who's June? We don't know that woman. We don't who is it? Like I thought her name was ringing out in these streets. Said it didn't come across my Bible. I don't know who that is. Why is it not going on this thing, Lord? Thank you so much for the super chat. Weston was grooming Agnes. Yeah, he tried. He said, "Oh no, I can't." He said, "Throw that fish back. She talked too much. This isn't what I thought I was getting. Y'all promised me something else." I was like, "Y'all thought this was a good man? Okay, how we get over here?" I wanted to hear the conversation when we went over here to proposition this woman. Said, "Now look at here. You gonna take the fall, okay? You gonna go and die in the name of saving Becca." I wanted to know how we came to this conclusion. Not just Daisy coming on down there. A mother, since you got your degree. Everybody's just so mouthy. Since you got your degree and you claim to be a mother to the girls, a mother. I know some mothers who would do anything. Just like, oh, you know what? mothers would do anything. Let me go over here and talk since we got to make up some type of plan to save her. I really hated that a woman still had to suffer. Like, oh, I hated it. I hated it. I thought it was sad. I thought this was really really sad. I really wanted to be in the house and get into their relationship. Like y'all were just saying, I don't want to make up context clues. I don't want to read in between. I don't want to. I don't want something ambiguous as far as, well, she probably knew what Dr. Grove was doing and she just, she just if y'all didn't say it, I ain't see it. I don't know. If y'all didn't say it, if y'all didn't allude to it, I didn't see it. We didn't spend enough time in this home. Now, if we could have gotten to their dynamics, the most I think we got from her was, oh, my mother, she's so upset. She haven't spoken to me, since the ball happened. I really need to try to pull something out. It's really sad that I'm not going to have any suitors. Like, other than that, what do we see from this woman outside of her trying to plan a wedding? We got nothing. So I'm not going to make the assumption that, oh, she knew and she's going to take this. No, it just feels like we came in here in proposition, said, do your good Christian duty and go take that charge for Becca and just be glad that she gets to go on and have a good life. Hell no. This is going to tenfold everything that she's felt since before this all happened. This isn't a success plan for Becca. This doesn't help her. This doesn't aid her in rehabilitation. This just damages her further. But the trade-off was just very, very sad. I felt for the both of them in this scene, but I'm not gonna just assume that we also took the charge because she knew who her husband was. We don't know that. Dumb, go on and say what you gotta say.
No, I don't. No, I don't think that. I mean, I agree with you to some degree in the sense of like there's only so much in inference and guesswork that a show should have to do. But I am also a big fan of show don't tell, so I don't want you to spoon feed me either. But there is a delicate balance, and that's what makes good shows. I thought, and I segue that into me about to guess about some stuff. But I felt like there was no conversation. Like the way I read that scene when I watched it was that when Lydia was like, yo, you walked in on your mama holding the shears. The way the mama looked, it felt like that was her first time hearing it. And she was just like, yeah, that's what we finna do. Like, to me, she made that decision in real time. And that's what made it sadder for me. It's like, dang, and like it's just we all gotta, because we only got this session right here to talk about it. And to me, it was like parents shouldn't bury their kids. That's just like a universal truth. And then also it's like the life that is to be had. Let my daughter have a life, and if I got to give my life to my daughter to have a life, then so be it. And then also remember that this is Gilead, and yeah, these aren't these ladies' natural born daughters, but not to them. Like, remember the birthing ceremonies, like when handmaids have the birth, like the wives are standing there having like a parasocial relationship, like Midsummer, where it's like they reenacting and going through the birth. So they spiritually they had this child, and that's how they work mind think about it. And so this was her daughter and her saving her daughter. And this was to me the second best scene in the show was this table scene. And I was here for it.
I don't know. I needed to be in the house because even if it is like, okay, this is what I need to do, and this is the first time that you're hearing about it, as a mother and you're witnessing her state, how does this help her? What does her life look like after I'm gone? Like, it just looks like she's in for a lifetime of being locked away and suffering and being sedated. Damn near.
But it's better than the alternative.
That's pathetic. Ashley?
Yeah, I do too. I think this was one of Becca's mama, the actress who's playing her, did an incredible job. She definitely emoted and gave all of the feelings. I believed you was Becca's mama. I believed you loved your baby. I believed that you were willing to risk it all. And it was a beautiful moment for the sake of the art. What I can appreciate about Handmaid's Tale and the Testaments, for that matter, is that it does make you look at your own humanity, and it makes you look at it makes you look at situations in a different way, right? Because we have to kind of put ourselves in these shoes, and we have to look at it like did this do Becca a service, or did this lock her into a life of misery? Like, what was the win? We also have to look at it like, how many of us are going to be Norma Ray over here? I'm Norma Ray. I'm Norma. Like, how many of us are going to be Norma Ray and sacrifice ourselves at the altar of Becca's brokenness? At this point, Agnes is quintessentially giving up her life as she knew it in Gilead. Her mama's lost her life. How many? Garth has sacrificed his love life. How many more people are going to have to lose whatever, at the altar of Becca's brokenness? And I get it. It's a system that was created, but I do wonder, what does this do for the system? And when we meet we meet like June, it's, they die every day. Like, listen, we're looking at the greater good of society. I fear if it was June over here, she'd have been like, baby, you gotta go. Like, I'm better for the possible overthrow of Gilead. I don't know what you're going to do, but I do think it was beautiful. I respect the sacrifice, but I do question if Becca is better off in the state that she's in now in society. Because at this point, y'all, I'm not convinced Becca won't kill again.
That's why we like that dope.
Not to be honorary, but Serena would never. No, so Serena, no, so hell no. Serena
wasn't the real mom.
Please.
Serena wasn't the real mom.
Yeah, she'd have found a way. She'd have found a way to get it out.
Some sacrifices have to be made, but I'm just such a great person that I'm willing to let you do that.
And Serena gave up her child like 3 times. Serena didn't die by her child. She let folks take it like 3 times.
Serena would have said, Martha came in here in all black. I saw her. I think we need to put up wanted posters. That's who killed my husband.
I just keep losing. Now I have to find some unsuspecting gentleman and make another one. That's just what you're gonna do. Gonna make another one, because I'm gonna be a mom. Now look at here, girl. She said, "Who going home?" Whoever said I want to go home. I don't want to go home. I don't want that anymore. I want to stay here. I said, this will be totally different if June really propositioned her. If June was playing that role when what is her name? Not me forgetting her name. Who trained her to send her over here?
Not Rose.
You're talking about my girl. Hold on, and now you done made me forget her name.
I forgot it.
Our old Martha. What is her name, child? Rita.
Now, if this was a Rita situation and we read this for exactly what it was, this would be different. First of all, Garth, lies you tell, so you could make contact. He said, oh, this hoe's going rogue. She's getting out of line. You're not going to blow my cover and my agenda. All of a sudden, we can get her right on over to where she needs to be in the back of a van.
We know who June is now. We know who June is.
We know where she is now. So you lied. Oh, okay, we made contact. But first of all, you're never going to tell me who I am and what you're going to do, little girl. You're just not. You're just not. The 180 here, when we spent countless moments, get me out of here. I got my period. You know what that means. But just at the thought, it's like she didn't. You already knew that this was a place of injustice. Ninjas die every day, B. It's like a switch went off because, it's hitting close to home. You did something to Agnes. You're harming the lives of Hulda, these girls. The girl, what do you mean, these girls? Like, but this is different. These are my friends. I care now. These are my friends. I care enough to lay my life on the line and stay here. I said, girl, you're never going home. You're never going home. The way, first of all, June got there, and it's just news to her. You're not listening to your handler. You're not doing as you're told. Like, just hop on the boat. She's like, yeah, we can't do this. There's time. I told you that you would have to be a bystander. A bystander? I'm better than that. I'm Daisy. I get active about the people I care about. I don't know what you do, June. When you walking around here with all of this authority being all selfish, just depending on yourself, you got to trust somebody. Girl, come on. Like, this is greater. June said, hoe, you don't know my life. Do you know that I will sacrifice a hoe on the altar tonight about my agenda? Do you know how many people have died for me to get to where I needed to be? I have sacrificed many. What do you mean? It's like, well, but you don't know. You don't know. You're not giving these girls enough credit. You know what they're ready for. And she said, there's John Boy. There's Agnes. There's Thomas J, who can't see without his glasses. They're great. They're wonderful girls. Like she said, what'd she say? Oh no, reverse that. You said Agnes. Agnes McKenzie. You. First of all, there's only so many plums. Okay, it's not like the school is just overflowing. There aren't 17 public school systems of Gilead of plum girls. You didn't thought that they were running interference. You never thought, there was never an inkling in June's mind up until this point that she may run into Agnes. That's not why we were sending her over there to get connection in the first place. I thought the assignment was to not only gain information all about Mayday, but for you to also keep tabs on Agnes. Oh, that was never part of the plan. That just that was a coincidence. Oh, cool, fine. Fine. But when she said, the way that June washed her hands so quickly, she ain't gonna tell you but twice. She said, you know what? She said, Godspeed. Go stay here. Do what you need to do. Let me do this. Let me do this. And let you do what, Daisy? Do what exactly? You still don't know what you're doing. You got a little piece of the underbelly as far as the things that could happen here. And it's like, oh, I got to be here and be that change. Because it's all on me. I'm going to be the one to disassemble the system of Gilead. Me and my army. Who? What are you talking about? Do you know how long? So now you're back into the grips of what Garth propositioned you before. It's not forever. It's just until we win. Because that's how long you're going to be over there. And I get it. She will never get this close again. It's not like that she could go and disappear and come back and infiltrate. But like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. But you're not going to have this complete change overnight that I don't even want to go home. I care about Daisy. I care about Agnes. Well, I'm not gonna say Daisy. You don't give a damn about yourself. I care about Agnes. I care about Shooter. I care about. We can just leave Huda over there, but I care about Agnes because this is really about Agnes and Becca. I care about them so much that I would lay my life. She said, "I'd die about this shit." I said, "Girl, what? What? Really? If you want to do that, fine. I would have preferred if we didn't even see June and she left her ass over there and we just had to deal with the circumstances. Let's just do that. But her coming here to try to snatch her up all about nothing and then try to make it seem like June never had an agenda. June never sought her out for any purpose. June never even thought about Agnes. You just so happened to know Hannah and someone that I left behind. She said, okay, cool, girl. It's not about me, though. It's not even about Agnes. If you want to stay here and be that one woman change, you do that for you. She said, go be with God. She said, that's it. So now you're stuck. Fine. Ashley?
Yeah, I hated this scene. I hated the dialogue. I hated the interaction. Because for one, we know June Osborne. If we don't know nobody else in this universe, we know June Osborne. June Osborne would have grabbed Daisy by her hair and threw her in that boat. June don't play no games, and she don't damn near talk a lot. This is the same June who told Luke, Moira, Rita, One-Eyed Jane, aka Janine, everybody what to do. You can't go there. What I tell you? Stay in the house, Moira. You can't go over here with me. I go over here. Y'all sit down. This is the June we're talking about. The June that micromanaged her entire friend group for 5 seasons in Gilead. She managed them in Gilead. She damn near managed Serena Joy by the end of it and everybody else. She is the sun, the moon, the stars in her orbit, and she not taking no back talk. Listen, no lip. I'll slap you down. Because do you know who I am? I'm June Osborne. The terrorist, I'm June Osborne. So first of all, I don't even believe this. I don't believe Daisy even got to talk this much with June in this moment. Because you're about to blow up Mayday that I've spent 4 years building. I've been to war about this. Do you know who I am? Like, let's not forget who June is. Listen, she don't mind slapping a hoe. She don't mind killing somebody with her bare hands. This is June Osborne. Mm-hmm. Then we have novice Daisy with all this lip. You got all this mouth. You got, because the one you left, your child you abandoned, you left in Gilead. I'm better than you do. I know more. I can do this. I got it. Okay, girl, because you know Agnes. I trust you to. She's gonna be the one to do it. The most dangerous thing in the world is a teenage girl. If y'all don't go directly,
especially in Gilead,
like, because what are you talking about? What is you talking about? Daisy literally just opened her mouth a couple hours early. See, I'll blow all this stuff up. Mayday? Damn Mayday. I'll tell on Mayday. I can't. I'm Mayday now. I'm making my own. Like, This is an unhinged teenager. Go home, regroup. Say you were kidnapped. I don't know. And if it's so easy to get to the border, all we got to do is take a little quick trip in a
Bring Becca.
Listen, let's abscond with Becca and get her out of Gilead. If that's your real mission, if that's your friend girl, like, let's do that. But I hated everything about this scene, if I'm honest. So sorry. I did not like it.
Well, Dumb loved it down. Dumb.
Yes, I absolutely love this scene. I was getting choked up. But also, I think it's important to notate that we have conflicting motivations between Daisy and June, and they just happen to align. At no point do I think June believes in Daisy. Like, she was swayed by Daisy's argument. That's not what that scene gave me. She heard her daughter's name and everything else fell to the wayside. That's what I thought happened with June. But Daisy, but let's also remember that the June that y'all are describing is the June of the Handmaid's Tale. But June already learned this lesson. In the last season, or last couple seasons, June was telling Luke and Moira what to do, and Luke and Moira was saying, no, you can't tell us what to do. You're not the only one who can fight this fight. We can fight this fight too. And Luke went from a stay-at-home dad who never got in a fight before to planning missions and setting bombs off and stuff.
And messing up because he should have listened to June.
But he told June it was his to mess up though. It was his plan to mess up. And so June, we already had this arc for June, is that you can't go and you can't tell me what to do. Like, we had that exchange already. And so this is that June plus 4 years. And so that didn't bother me. And then also, and then the period, comma, and this is
Okay, Dom, do we not take into consideration, because this is all about saving the girls of Gilead. We got to liberate the girls. This is for the youngins. Daisy is a child.
But I'm saying, but says who? Who said this is what this is about? Because that's not June's mission. Not at all. That's not June's mission. That's not June's mission is destabilizing Gilead as a country. She ain't trying to get Hannah out no more. She done gave up on that.
They infer when talking to Rita and the old lady who said F June in the early episodes that, well, June does need somebody to get in with the girls. That wasn't about Agnes, because that was implied to me very early on in the season.
No,
this was Daisy could fulfill June's mission with Agnes at being that age. She's the right age.
And then she's standing here with this rhetoric, like, no, I need to get you on this boat. Like, I as a mother that I am, the June that I am, I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving you here. I can't have you sacrifice yourself on the altar like this about these girls, about an army.
Yeah, that's the second part. That's the second part is that June is now faced. Yeah, the common end is the June is now faced with a June. So the same anger that y'all feel right now, the same disbelief and irritation that y'all feel now is the same. Rewind the tape back and tell me how you felt in season 3 or whatever, when June finally was getting ready to get out of Gilead, and she had put all the girls on that truck to go out of Gilead, and she was like, no. And she closed the door and went back to Gilead, and we was like, what? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just now somebody else got to do it. It's somebody else got to do it, because everybody was cussing June out when she was like, you staying? And it was like, yes, because this is the Harriet Tubman story. Now this is just Harriet Tubman sequel. Now we got a new Harriet Tubman, and they got to pass the baton. That's all.
So our 15-year-old unequipped Harriet Tubman will suffice.
Everybody's unequipped, and that's the thing about Mayday. but no, because that's the thing that we already kind of covered in Handmaid's Tale about Mayday is not soldiers. Mayday is not spies. Mayday is a bunch of Lukes trying not to mess up enough to get a victory. That's what Mayday is. And
I
I guess dumb. Even with the rhetoric that she was spewing here, like nothing about she act like this was, like I said, my secret agent super spy mission. I'm gonna, like, what are you talking about? Like, are you really fully understanding the dynamics of Gilead and what you're gonna have to face and endure to stay here and build anything, to be a change? She's giving. I'm gonna do what you couldn't, June.
Well,
I'm gonna be.
but that's what this whole season was doing, was opening her eyes. When she first got to Gilead, she was a babe in the
Damn,
woods.
she
She
just
was
wanted to go home yesterday. Them eyes been open. She still wanted to go home.
but also because she wasn't doing anything. She was like, we should be doing something. Every time she talked to Garth, she was like, we should be doing something. You got me here risking my life to do nothing. So if it's that, then send me home. But then she got connected to these girls. She made friends with Agnes. She saw
strong word.
Well, she started liking these girls. And she was like, oh, these is worth fighting for. And she woke up. She got some fight in her.
I guess, 5 minutes ago, we needed a helicopter and a Big Mac, but okay. Ashley, what you about to say?
Yeah, because June, even in this conversation, is like, you can't save people who aren't ready to be saved. Very, very Harriet Tubman-esque, right? Mm-hmm. But they will be. But how long is that going to be, Daisy? And how long can you keep it quiet? You cussing in front of these people already. We saw that. Girl, you just lost all decorum. Y'all yelling and screaming, cussing out aunties, yelling in the hallways. You cussing Shunammite out in front of everybody. Like, Daisy, you're bound to, like, you are not equipped for this mission.
We gotta stop acting like, because we grew up with Mayday because we watched The Handmaid's Tale. But we gotta stop acting like Mayday is the CIA. We gotta stop acting like it's Tom Clancy and it's Mission Impossible. Mayday is not that. Every mission that didn't have June in it, Mayday was losing. Mayday was on the verge of collapse without June. June built this shit brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luke was getting captured. They was getting caught behind enemy lines. Mayday was scrambling. And so it ain't like Mayday is top flight security of the world, Craig. Best of the best, served with honors. That ain't Mayday. This is regular people, and I guess, and it might have been a little heavy-handed. It might have been a little bit of Captain America talking to the camera about good and evil. But this was, and I think that's part of the reason I like this scene so much, is because Mayday and the whole theme of the show is good people have to stand up to fight evil. Regular people have to stand up to fight evil, because if regular people sit and do nothing, then we get a Gilead. And so Daisy is a regular person with no special skills, with no training, and she says, I will die about this because it's the right thing to do. I will plant my feet and stand here and die about it because it's the right thing to do. And that's the whole point of the show. That's the whole point of the show, is we got Gilead because nobody wanted to be Daisy.
They got mad at me as Becca's mom. I want to live, but die for Beck, and what? She's still crazy. She can't get a man. I'll live at Jezebel's or something. Why die for a kid to be a sad lesbian in Gilead? Thank you for the super chat. Oh Lord, so just go down there. Because I'm like, this fate isn't any easier to me. Thank you for the super chat. But Lydia stood with a noose on a stage making that speech and still got a statue. Am I overthinking it? It's only 3 years later. Remember, they all gossip. They are making, strategic changes and little tweaks here that I guess it's to be expected, but they're really particular about just common threads that come over, like, based from the Handmaids just to go, like, I don't know. It's not bad. It's not something that's going to deter me from the story, but we're very picky, in my opinion, with the validity of some things. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat. It was too easy to get Daisy out. It was get in the back of this honey van. It's like, I'm like, is there certain, protocols different in place? Because the way Daisy has just been running rampant all show. Baby, it's never going to be an opportunity. She goes 2 paces to the left. Psst, Garth, I need to speak with you. Like, she's loud as hell. She like in every single real scenario, she would have been found out and it would have been put up on the wall real easily. But like y'all said, she's the June, and we have that. I said you didn't even earn June plot armor. First of all, you didn't earn that. June worked. You didn't earn that.
June had June plot armor from day one. From day one, the Commander Waterford was acting like June was Halle Berry, and he couldn't function around June.
But still, it made sense. Like it took. I think we got until like maybe season 4 on up to where I was like, all right, now, goddamn, like we're really doing this with June. She should be dead. But like this quickly at 15 in this little school, yeah, okay.
It was too easy. It was too easy to get Daisy. Like if getting Daisy out and back in is this easy, you should be assassinating the commander every week. It should be a dead commander every day of the week.
Listen.
Yeah, girl said, turn around. Out, he was smoking this cigarette. Okay, yeah, I caught you smoking. Yeah. Let's say, oh, okay. Oh, well, look at that. Well, look at those apples. That was easy. Why not Becca or Agnes too? Like, because you know that they aren't ready to be saved. And you know the Testament's can't testament if she's not there.
Well, you couldn't get Agnes out. You couldn't get Agnes because Agnes not getting in that drunk. Now Becca, I don't understand why you couldn't get Becca out.
You help her up to
whatever it is and load her up. She'll be all right.
Who picking her up? Not Daisy. That's a grown woman.
Well, you said she got the strength of 10,000 men.
Yeah. She'll throw over her shoulder. Come on, Garth will be there. Yeah. They'll throw her in the back of the driver.
Just roll up with the honey drip van and throw her in the back like we did. Yeah. The way she came out there when the clock strikes 12, Cinderella, have your ass outside to get in the back of this car. I said, oh, this is simple as hell. Okay, man, at this point, we can get a girl out every week. I don't know. Every month we can ease out, one of the girls. I mean, whatever. But like you said, saving, the few, that's just not the agenda anymore. It's about just disassembling Gilead. Okay. This was just sad. I say, God, Lord. This is a faith. It's like, it was very like a kiss before dying. Like, just go ahead and, give me something before it's all over. What is this life? What is life for Becca at this point? Like, what is this? What is the trade-off? We have this splice with the mother, being unalived. And it's just so sad. She's mush going down this. She can barely stand, walk, let alone hold these flowers, let alone really commit to this. All that she really utters is, I want my mom. I want my mom. And like, oh my God, it was just so, oh, well, I'm okay now, Agnes, as long as you're here. I'm fine. You make everything better. I said, oh God. Just lock her up. I was like, well, hell, at this point, keep her in the cell. Keep her locked up. Like, what else? Like, is there going to just be some pivotal readjustment period in the next season to where, that shell of a former self, Becca, that you saw, that mush of a young girl that's just that broken down? She's not that anymore. She's a strong woman of the 90s. Like, what are we going to do with it? Is she going to rise like a phoenix? Like, what is this? The moment she kissed Agnes, it was very precious. I was like, oh, girl, get what you can while you can. Because Ashley, please. I thought it was so, I thought it was endearing. I thought that it was soft because y'all will never maybe have a moment like this again. And then it also added to her fractured state because I'm not even worried about who's going to see or notice or try to call me a gender traitor or put me on a wall because of whatever. No, I'm going to have this, but not so much because we know where Becca is. It was how Agnes reacted to it. It was like, oh, I think she at least got confirmation of the feelings. Like, oh, I'm that person. I'm that love. I'm that loss. I'm that whatever. And it's like, well, I'm not even going to just reject you in this moment because this is really all you have up until the moment that you get locked away. But to have her come out here and the acting was great. I said, oh my God, she's so good. I don't know whose acting is better between her and Chase and that twitching eye. I don't know whose acting is better, but we get her out here and it's just levels of sacrifice because you have Agnes up there sacrificing. Not only am I losing my best good friend and all of that, but I'm losing Garth. I'm willing to sacrifice Garth for you, girl. I'm willing to do that. And then Garth, he's sacrificing this budding, blossoming relationship that he was about to have with Agnes because he loved her so much. It was so deep, all of this sacrifice having just to go where exactly? Lock them doors? He said, yeah, I'm gonna lock those doors. Cause she looked like we're not gonna consummate anything. It is our wedding night. I don't have to go through. He's like, oh girl, no. You're a danger to me. Who's to say if I try to lay down with you, girl, you might wake up and stab me in my sleep. This isn't okay. Which begs the question of what kind of agenda do you have to why you would even take her on as a wife, knowing that she's mentally this far? Yeah, I'm gonna lock you in here and just deal with my days as they come. This didn't help. This didn't help her, but we know as far as the real agenda and what we're prioritizing with the aunts and whoever else, because it was like, oh, at least we got her down the aisle. At least now she's going to be okay. Are you stupid? Are you ignorant? And we're just supposed to find, I guess, just silence. Like, well, at least she's not at the Red Center. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. Ashley?
I don't think she needs to be in any society right now. Like, and they don't either. That's why they injected her right before this raggedy kiss. And I'll get to that. But again, as far as Garth is concerned and locking them doors, absolutely lock them for your own safety. But again, if I can have a wife, right, that I don't have to really give an account to, I can move about freely on my secret super spy missions, then, why not do it? Let's go for it. So we can talk about the kiss, and people in the I feel sorry for everyone who doesn't see the beauty and magic that was this kiss. Please stop. For me, a doped up medicated lunatic having their first kiss, this person that they've been obsessed with for the whole season, obsessed to a point where they have unalived their father by stabbing him 35 times in the genitalia, in the chest, about the neck and shoulders and all of those things. This is not a person that you give a kiss to. I'm so sorry, baby. I will rub you on your back and I will give you a hug, a church hug at that. I'm not going to kiss you on these lips. No, baby. No, baby. No. Because I don't want you to think anything of it. But a note to it, Agnes didn't act new to this. She acted true to this. So have y'all been playing house like around them Gilead streets before? Because it was very comfortable. It was very common. And there was even a smile after. So here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to sell it to me. You're not going to sell it to me that this whole time Agnes and them been playing house. And that's why damn Becca's been deluded this whole time, because y'all been kissing under the maple tree in between making petty fours. What have y'all been doing in Gilead? And Agnes, why are you so comfortable with it? Something was very odd for someone who's been so prudish and like, oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh,
and I thought she was trying to give her peace.
No, I didn't find it sweet. I didn't find it enduring. I don't even think Becca will remember this. Everything is okay because you're here. That is horrifying. That was horrifying to me. If you're, and I want y'all to think about this. If this is a man who's just unalived his parents with pruning shears, is doped up, you're helping them get ready for the wedding, and he says, everything's fine now because you're here. You are going to be horrified as well, and you're not going to kiss them. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not kissing. I'll kiss you on the forehead. I'll kiss you on the cheek, Becca, but I don't want any dealing. Now she'll be plotting. Now she'll be plotting from the attic how to get out and how to get back to her Agnes, because she kissed me. She kissed me, and it means the world. This is a villain origin story if I've ever seen one. And when her affections are not returned in season 2, watch what unfurls. We'll see.
Dumb, everything's fine now that you're here. What did you
say it like that?
That's what she said. Y'all saw it, right?
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Y'all are cold. Y'all are cold women. But when I say to you, first of all, you are right, Ashley. If a man said this, you should be worried. But if a boy said it, these are children. These are children in Nazi conditions. These are not normal conditions. And it was so sweet, and it was so heartfelt to me, because Becca is not even holding on by a thread. Becca is floating in air, and she needs something to ground her. This kiss, she gonna hold on to that kiss for the rest of her life. This kiss grounded her in one moment, in one sliver of a life that she wished she had. She knows she can't have Agnes. This whole season been showing her and reinforcing.
Does
Yeah,
she know?
yes.
Last night she was trying to run off with her into the moonlight.
Well, because she committed murder. Because she committed murder, and she was like, "If you're real, let's go." But also, she wasn't thinking about go where. Like, look, Becca is not well. This is well established. She's not well in the head. That's fine. But she's also a teenager. She's also a homosexual teenager in Nazi conditions.
That's why you don't tongue her down, Dom.
It wasn't even that much tongue. It was, and then y'all keep talking about how comfortable this kiss was, and it was sensual. It was heartfelt. It was sweet. I don't know if y'all remember y'all first kiss. I don't know how awkward y'all first kisses was. This is a kiss. It's a kiss. You know,
I thought it was endearing.
It was endearing. It was endearing. It was sweet. It was the anchor for Becca's whole being. Becca's whole tether to reality was that kiss. It's the only way she made it down that aisle.
Or her route to obsession. Like I got hope for tomorrow that I can get my Agnes back. All right.
Let me tell you something. This was, and now I don't know what Becca's arc is going to be. I don't know what you do with her character from here on out. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a time jump.
There's two places to go. Either she turns into complete catatonic, God, please make me a bird so I can fly far, far away from here, nothingness, or she rises up and overcomes this. There's nowhere to go from here but up.
She's pivotal, but they changed the book so much we don't know. But they say she's pivotal in the book.
So I'm saying I don't know. Like, to me, where we leave Becca, there's not a clear path forward. So to me, it's just up in the air. But for Agnes, this was her being a friend, because there was a smile after the kiss, but as soon as she not looking stone face, she gave that June look to the camera face. She was real her mama right there. Like, this was for her. She was being a good friend and giving her friend something to hold on. And I don't know the next time we ever gonna be alone together. But this might be the last. This may be the last time. It may be the last time. I don't know. Like, this was. The big homie Hannah was a good friend. She was doing her big one all episode, moving chess pieces to save Becca, and she saved Becca. And this kiss was the last thing to do to save Becca. That's
once again, didn't save anything. Closing out the episode, she said, "This terrorist is criminal." First of all, Daisy, let me put this super chat on the screen before I forget. Girl, inside voice said, "Hey, I think your name is Hannah. Your mom is the handmaid of all handmaids." I said, "Why are you always so damn loud?" She's always loud as hell, and conveniently, there's never a soul around to hear anything. Like, what? There is no inside voice with her. "Hey, what? I think your name is Hannah." What? Girl, shut up. And this is your man. This is the cavalry. This is the army. This is the leader. This is the general. All right, whatever. But we have the revelation that, you know what? That one time in band camp where I wrote my name on that paper way back that I've kept this entire time, my name is Hannah. That could be my mom. All of those little not so clever innuendos that Paula would put down about my history, that all kind of makes sense now. What Handmaid's doll? What lacking of red this entire season? That's my mother? It was out of sight, out of mind this entire show. It was like she was brainwashed. I don't know that woman. I don't know. From the moment that last time she tried to roll up on me and I was scared as hell, I erased her from my thoughts. I don't know. That criminal who tried to kidnap me, that's my mother? You lie. She's like, "No, I think it's true. I think June Osborne is your mom." I said, okay. Thank you, speaker box. But we have, I guess, our little full circle. I was like, I still don't know what that means. She understands that this is who I am, but clearly there's not a complete acceptance of it, because she doesn't go, June Osborne is my mom. She said, that criminal. She said, that criminal is my mother. I understand who I am now. And Lydia, I met you. I said, "Girl, don't be cute. I know I'm not all too familiar with your mother. I know her. She was brave. She's a strong woman. She never gave up. And neither will we." Girl, what does that mean? After what we've seen you do, the leaps and bounds you took, Aunt Lydia, this season, neither will we. And we all walk off pinky squaring and holding hands into the sunset. What does that mean? Neither will we. Are you on the end? Like, is there more to you than that spiral notebook? Like, what does that mean exactly? But I guess now we know who we are, and we'll grow, fuller into acceptance. But it's definitely not happening here if we're going to say that terrorist and that criminal. Dumb.
No, Lydia was trying to be cute. I don't think that Lydia meant nothing about fighting or resistance or nothing when she said that. She was trying to be roundabout. She was like, the only thing I know about your mama, she won't give up, and we won't give up. Talking about advancing and Gilead, because remember, this is in the context of the scene. She's coming back to be a plum. So it's like, we're not going to give up finding you a husband. That's all Lydia, man. We going to find you a husband, girl. That's all it is. That's
what
all
I got.
Yeah, that's all Lydia, man. Lydia she was like doing the Uno reverse to try and refocus Agnes where she needs to be at. But that wasn't. But also, Daisy didn't use her inside voice. But Agnes also screamed it. Like, there was an echo after she said, the criminal. Like, it was like, and then, where's the dollar coming around? I thought I heard raised voices like she was a couple episodes ago. Like, where is everybody?
Nobody. They're not acting like that in this episode.
Everybody in homeroom this hour? Like, what's going on? but it did, like, after, I think Daisy did put a chink in the armor to Agnes and like refocusing, because I think when Daisy told her about her lineage and her parentage, and it put a lot of stuff in the context for Agnes in the sense of like all those snide comments with Paula, all the stuff that she's been feeling. Now she has a reason for all of the stuff that she's been feeling. She has a place to put it. And so I think they helped her poke her chest out a little bit. The way she be talking to Lydia, though, the way these aunts be just letting stuff ride, you're like the plot armor with, oh, you're the main character, so I'm gonna let you talk to me a certain way, is crazy. Because even June got slapped. Like, even June would talk to Serena and get slapped.
These are different aunts. These are different circumstances.
No, these the same by Lydia, the same cattle prod. Lydia, the same.
Not what the show said. It's not what the show said, though. Ashley?
I mean, to me, there was a knowing. Like, I think Auntie Lydia has clocked Daisy's teeth clearly. But honestly, I struggled with Agnes feeling the need to volunteer any special information to Lydia. Well, we've got another problem, Auntie. Yeah, my mother, she's a criminal. She's a war criminal. I think that's another strike against me. Like, girl, you just, confession is good for the soul. Now that you found your who's its and what's its galore with Hannah written on it, and now everything is confirmed. You have legs and you can walk up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Like, to me, it kind of felt like confirmation that now I'm resigned to my fate, Auntie Lydia. Like, I know I'm only ever going to be back here. Or an auntie. I kind of have taken marriage off the table, maybe, because when we see her leading this group, because she's in the center, I'm like, oh, okay, this means whatever. I really say that this episode was interesting, and I saw what they did in the opening shot with the blood on the floor, and now it's on my hands, and I have to make amends. So we saw Agnes on this journey the entire episode to cleanse herself, right, of this, but now I have a fresh start, and we'll see what happens with it. The yelling, the hollering, Daisy wants to be caught. Like, you're never going to make me believe anything else. And again, I just find it very odd that you would volunteer that information to Auntie Lydia. And then, like, I agree with Dom. I think this was about a marriage. As far as the way Auntie Lydia has disappointed me thus far, it's nothing more than, I'm going to find you a good husband. He's not going to beat you every day. You're going to be fine over there. You're still Commander Mackenzie's daughter. I have no hope or trust or faith in Aunt Lydia at this point. But go off, Hannah, girl. We can call you Hannah next season, I guess.
That's what she said. She was like, "Oh, it's rare that we have a get your big butt down. It's rare that we have a girl return, who was about to be green and be wed and come back, but we won't ever give up. We're gonna grow and be fruitful and multiply and get you a man. I needs me a man, because that's how we prioritize with Becca. I don't see why she would be any different." But we did share all about June. Is this supposed to cater to the idea that Lydia is Mayday and like, I know there's more than meets the eye. I know. Neither will we. We're standing in the. I don't know.
If Lydia end up being Mayday, they got a lot of explaining to do.
fascinating to do.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Do y'all think Hulda would switch sides? What about Penny? Great live. Thank you and welcome. We did. We spoke on Hulda and Penny earlier. I definitely do. I really wanted to hear from Hulda in this episode. I do think that she'll switch sides because we didn't, and we opted to not even just really inform her or just get any opinion from her. Penny, I don't know about Penny now. I thought that we were gonna put Commander Judd and Daisy over there and make Penny completely obsolete, but we did something else, so I'm not sure. Anybody else want to add to this?
Baby, Penny been evil. She been on the wrong side. She was like, burn them, rip them, shred them apart. Penny was evil anyway, so if she go, good riddance to bad rubbish.
I think Holder will go on a parallel journey than with the other girls. Like all the other girls getting grown and puffing out their chest and getting confident. I think Holder will do the same, but in Gilead. I think she's gonna be the wife. Like she's gonna be the wife. She's gonna be the snitch. She gonna be Gilead to die. Her green gonna be greener than anybody else.
Thank you so much for the super chat. You all are awesome. Thanks for a great show. Thank you. We do what we can. And over here, look, June came from a different time, a bigger budget, if you will. This plot armor got to stretch more more for less days. Cough, Daisy. I get it. Like it's all about just being strategic. I just know that they have the capability to write better. I know they do. We've seen it. So you can't, when you show me something that's inconsistent with what you've shown me the entire season, I'm like, now you got lazy. You took a break. This is why y'all hit us with them 30 minutes. You got tired? Okay, it's cool. It's cool. Just, course correct that next and don't try to pull that next season. Because a lot of this, where we ended up here, we definitely needed those extra 20 minutes in those times that y'all decided to give us 30. Ashley, any predictions for this 3-woman army or just season 2 in general?
Disaster. Like their first mission will fail. Like every mission we saw Mayday try to really accomplish this season failed, other than Daisy kind of infiltrating Gilead, the bus explosion that went awry. These three, especially when she says we're operating outside of Mayday, I'm creating my own teenage girl army. Yeah. We know teenage girls, and we know nothing ever goes according to plan unless we find some help from someone older with a little bit more wisdom. I fear this will be disastrous those first couple episodes. Girl. But no, I'm just excited that they're coming back for a season 2 at least. Word on the street is that their arc is 3 to 5 seasons. Like that's the plan in the writer's room. Like that's the time they need to tell this story. So I just hope we get the renewal. I will say kudos to these young actresses. I think they all did an amazing job. This is some of the best acting we've seen on a TV series in a while, especially from such young people. So kudos to them. And I can't wait. We'll be here with bells on, honey, for season 2,
Dumb, any predictions?
Only bad ones. Like, because these they supposed to be teenagers. We stretching my believability of these girls being teenagers. So either I feel like they're gonna try and keep these girls purple for as long as possible. Yeah, I just feel like it. I feel like they selling the show as this is plum school show, and I feel like they're gonna stretch that as long as possible. So I don't think they're gonna get out the school to the end of next season, which is gonna irritate me. But that's my prediction, is that we're still gonna be in the school, even though 2 of the 3 people here got green pens. We're gonna take all next season to find these girls' husbands. That's my prediction.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That's not something that I want to see. Yeah, I think we're going to have operation failures a lot of the time. The way that Agnes was in the center, I said, oh, okay. So everybody's just exactly, where they need to be now. I know that there's still a long way to go as far as us experiencing what it really, because we're still uncovering things. The way we, felt comfortable enough, because I know Commander Weston, he's a good man. He's going to help me. He's going to care. Like there's still that air of delusion. Well, Gilead told me, or even her running interference with Lydia, my mother, June, the criminal, we're still there.
She'll be right back, I'm sure. Just a momentary,
Yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna repeat what I said. It was profound. Moving on to the end. Hopefully, you guys had a good time in this damn near 3 hour live. I cannot believe that we stayed here that long. That is wild. I can't remember the last time we've been here for 3 hours. That's crazy.
The time flew.
Don't ever say that we didn't break down the show. Okay, we did. We gave you. We left it all on the stage. Ashley, anything you want to share with the people before we get out of here?
Yes. Okay. Interview with a Vampire, binge session, watch party tomorrow, Sunday. We're watching seasons 1 and seasons 2. I hope maybe we can get more through with more than season 1 tomorrow. We will see, but it starts 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be streaming in the Discord as well as on YouTube. You'll be able to see our live reactions. So get your snacks, get your libations, get all of the things. This is going to be a fun time, honey, going back down into them Louis streets. I cannot wait to see. This is all in preparation for the June 7th premiere of The Vampire Lestat. If you're not watching, what are you doing? This is the perfect opportunity to get caught up and fall in love with the show the way the rest of us did. So be sure to join us for that.
Dom.
Yo, come over to Cinematic Payne on TikTok because we talking about everything. We're talking about Star Wars. We're talking about all kind of stuff. Next week is Disclosure Day. Steven Spielberg and Aliens. You can't go wrong. It's a perfect combination. So we were talking about Disclosure Day. And I'm back in these YouTube streets. So come over, click my little face. Come over to these YouTube streets. We'll be talking about all the current events and movie news. And next Friday, Apple TV has a new show. They remade Cape Fear with Javier Bardem and a bunch of other white folks. And so I'm gonna be reviewing that every week. So come on and show up.
Be sure to support the uploads for Euphoria or, the latest installment of The Testaments. Tomorrow, I will be doing my best to get my video up for the season finale of Half Man. I needed a moment, okay? I needed a moment to gather myself. It was so emotional. I was so spent. I just knew I was going to watch that episode and get it. No, I needed time to process and gather myself and then talk about this finale with y'all. So when I drop the upload for Half Man, please support that because I'm tired. I am so tired and amazed at the same time about how brilliant it was, but it was exhausting. But thank you guys so much for watching. As Ashley said, be sure to roll up with us for the weekend and get into seasons 1 and 2 about Interview with a Vampire. It should be fun. We would love your support there. And because if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. And if you have seen it, it's time to watch it again. So we look forward to seeing who's going to be there tomorrow. But yes, it's raining here, Danny. Anytime I'm this out of commission, it's raining like hell outside. It's real heavy. But thank y'all for rocking with us this entire time. And we'll see you guys next time with more content. Good night, y'all.
She was crying on my shoulder. Oh,